fucking yuck.
Oof. She's bitching about the food at Chuck E. Cheese. That's like going to a whorehouse and complaining about the decor. You can find me on Etsy. I'd rather find you dead in a ditch. Horrific. What the fuck do you need to say that for?
#ish.
I'm your classic girl next door. If she lived next door to me, I'd fucking move. Teamwork makes the dream work. No, it doesn't. It takes exactly 1 second to get out of your mouth. You're not saving any time. You're not in a rush. Motherfucker. Bro, you good? Ugh. I don't like it. At all. Welcome to the Jim Florentine Everybody is Awful podcast. ComedyMetalMidgets@gmail.com is the email. If you see anything that may be good for the podcast, please send them my way. Some upcoming tour dates. Come out and see me live if you can. May 2021, Bright Box Theater, Winchester, Virginia. I'll be in Pottstown, Pennsylvania with Don Jameson on June 2nd. June 3rd and 4th, Springfield, New Jersey. I'll be in Hartford, Connecticut on June 9th. June 16th, I'll be in Fredericksburg, Virginia with Don Jameson. And the next night, June 17th, I'll be in Baltimore, Maryland with Don Jameson. On those shows, if you want to come to those shows, get your tickets in advance. There's some ticketing thing where they won't get them at the door. Who the hell knows? I don't know. You have to buy the ticket in advance. So you can't pay at the door at those gigs. June 22nd, Funny Bone, Albany, New York. I'll be at Princeton, New Jersey at Catch a Rising Star, June 24, 25. July 7th through the 9th, I'll be at Side Splitters, Tampa, Florida. July 10th, Improv, Orlando, Florida. I'm coming back to Rochester, New York, July 14th through 16th. July 21st, I'll be in Fairfield, Connecticut with Don Jameson, and Indianapolis, Indiana on July 22nd, Day of the Dead comedy show. It's some kind of like one of those, what do you call them? One of those fucking, where all the old actors and stuff go and sign shit. One of those places. So they have that whole thing that weekend with a bunch of, like the friggin', Mike Myers or whoever the fucking guy who played, the Friday 13th or Halloween, and we'll go sign the actors and shit like that. Well, anyway, they do a comedy show every once in a while, so they'll do a comedy show this year. So me and Don Jameson are doing that. So So that's what the fuck that thing is in Indianapolis. Whatever. Why am I explaining it to 6 people that might show up at the show? Who gives a fuck? All right. Sign up for my Patreon. If you haven't signed up, there's the free podcast. You get 3 extra podcasts a week. Patreon.com/Jim Florentine. If you're a fan of my telemarketer, terrorizing telemarketer phone calls, prank phone calls, I posted 3 last week, some new ones. I'm trying to get some feedback on it to see which ones are going to get released or whatever. So if you signed up, you can hear some new shit that's not even out yet. That's the special bonus you get there. And then you support the podcast and all that shit. So anyway, all right. There's going to be some random shit this week on the podcast. Nothing too heavy. It's funny, this girl I just noticed started following me on social media. Now I haven't heard from her in years and years, since my early 20s. I was madly in love with this girl. I might have told this story in a podcast years ago. I don't remember. But her name just popped up, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit, is that the same girl? So I'm probably 22, 23 at the time. I'm doing comedy maybe a year. And I'm seeing some girl, but we're not like officially dating. She definitely liked me more than I liked her, but I was like, whatever. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? We'll see. Because once you start doing comedy, every weekend you want to work. Every night you want to work. And especially the weekends, that's where you make the money. And a Friday and Saturday, you got a girl, anyone that works a 9-to-5 job, that's when their time is off, and that's the time I need to work. So it just screws up relationships. It's really not good. It's really tough for a woman to be in a relationship with a comic, or even a man with, if his wife's a comedian, especially on weekends, because that's when you make your money and you're away, and that's all you care about, and that's where you're focused. I'm a year into my career, so that's all I want to do. I remember when I was dating some other girl, like, less than a year then. I remember I had a girlfriend, and I just remember, oh no, maybe it was after that. But I just remember, like, on a Friday night, she was a school teacher. And if I had a Friday night off, she's like, come on, my friends, all the teachers are going to, we're going to go meet, at Applebee's and, for happy hour. And I'd be down there and they're just talking teacher shop, you know what I mean? Like whatever's going on with the teachers. And I'm sitting there. I was so miserable. First of all, because I wasn't working. I'm like, I don't want to be here on a Friday night. This is not my life. I know this is normal. That's what most normal people do. And I wasn't working, and I'm sitting around, and I don't know what they're talking about. They're talking about other teachers and tenure and all this other bullshit. I don't know. And I'm in a fucking Applebee's. And you guys know how much I hated Applebee's. I was out of my mind. I'm like, I don't want this lifestyle. So it really ruins a lot of relationships. Maybe that's why I didn't get married till I was in my 40s, because you just, who's going to put up with it? So I'm seeing this girl, and I know this other girl, the one that just recently followed me on social media or whatever. And I think we worked at a bar together. I forget where it was. Anyway, it's the night before Easter. My parents liked the girl that I was seeing, but I was like, I was kind of on the fence about it. I'm like, we'll see where this goes. So I go, invite her over for Easter. So I'm like, are you serious? Like, yeah, invite her for Easter for the family. All my brothers and sisters had their wives, their girlfriends, and boyfriends there. So I invite her. She's all excited. I'm like, fuck, she probably took this the wrong way. My parents just wanted to be with somebody normal. So anyway, the night before Easter, I hook up with this girl. Now, we were just friends. And for some reason, she just like, hey, let's, you know what I mean? Let's fuck, basically. So I'm like, holy shit. So, we have a one-night stand, and then the next day, it's Easter. The girl I'm seeing's over. Everything, we're sitting at the dinner table, whatever, we're all hanging out. And there's a knock at the door, and my sister goes to the door. And then she comes back. She goes, Jim, can I talk to you for a second? So I go out there. I go, what? She goes, these flowers, you just got roses. And I'm like, from who? She's like, I don't know. It's in the card. She goes, what's going on? I go, I don't know. I look at the card as a goof. This girl that I hooked up with the night before sent me a dozen roses to the house. Just as like a joke, like, oh my God, I'm in love with you, and here's roses. Because that's what a stupid guy would do. So she decided to do that to me. So I'm like, and I look at the card and I'm reading it. My sister's like, you're such a piece of shit. I go, look, I'm not dating her out there, but I'm, she's like, you're just disgusting. So I'm standing there. My sister goes back in the living room. Like, what do I do? So I took the card off the roses, and I walk in the living room, and I hand the dozen roses to the girl that I'm seeing. I go, here, happy Easter. And my sister is just like whispering to my other sister at the table, like, what's going on? Like, he just got those roses from someone else. And they're like, ugh. And my mom, my dad are like, oh, what a nice gesture. The girl started crying in the roses. She was holding them and crying in tears. She was so happy that I gave her the dozen roses. Meanwhile, it's from some other girl. Not one of my proudest moments, but I'm fucking 22. I'm an idiot. I'm like, what am I going to do with these? I might as well give them to her. Then, of course, my sister tells my parents when she leaves a couple hours later, they're yelling at me like, "That, what are you doing? That's so wrong. How could you do something like that?" I'm like, what was I going to do? I don't want them. Anyway, so I start seeing this girl now, the new one, the one that I liked, the one that we hooked up. And I'm fucking in love with this girl. I would have done anything. I would have quit comedy. I'd be selling insurance right now if I was still together with her. That's fucking how madly in love with her. It lasted about maybe like a month. I'm like, the chick was so hot, it was so out of my league. It wasn't even funny. So I'm doing a comedy show. Like I said, I'm doing comedy about a year. I'm doing a comedy show near her parents' house. So she's like, oh my God, I want my parents to come see you. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine, yeah. So she invites her parents, because I'd be at her house all the time. And then the neighbors, and then their like aunt and uncle was in town or something like that. So about 10 of them come to see me at this place. Meanwhile, it's the summertime down the Jersey Shore. It's some bar. Like there's a stage in the middle of a place, like a circular stage. It was horrible. It was a horrible setup. Just a fucking loud bar. I'm doing comedy a year. So I have to go on first and do like 25 minutes. And then Rich Voss, the comedian, goes on at the end. And Rich was already around a while. He was already a headliner. He knew what he was doing. I knew him a little bit because we did a few gigs together. Her parents sit in the front row to get like the front row seats. They're so excited. She goes. She brings her brother along too. I went up on stage and bombed so hard. I didn't even last 25 minutes. I maybe did like 17 minutes. I had to get off stage. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say a 1.5 I had. In front of her, her parents, her family, everybody else. It was so bad, like I introduced Rich Voss. Rich Voss does one joke. He made some local reference and no one laughed. And he goes, hey, if you don't laugh at my next joke, he goes, yeah, if you don't laugh at my next joke, I'm going to bring that last guy back up. You want that? And the whole crowd, probably 300 people, no, just how embarrassing. I go into the bathroom, I walk right into the bathroom after my set because I'm like, that was horrible. I go in a stall, I'm like just kind of decompressing. I'm like, that was a fucking beatdown I got up there. Just people staring at me for that long. I hear two guys come in the bathroom like, what the fuck was up with that first guy? Holy shit, was he terrible? I'm in the stall. They don't even know I'm in the bathroom. Like, the guy's like, I don't even do comedy. I could have done better. Like, what? Did that guy fucking call himself a comedian? We should ask for our money back. That was so bad. And I'm listening. I'm like, oh my God, just fucking stick the knife in and turn it even more. Now, the plan was after the show, I'm going to, stay over a house. Her parents were cool like that. I'd stay over a house. I'd sleep in her room and all that shit. They didn't care. And after the show, like, no, that was a good show. That was great. You did good. We did good. You did good. I get back to the house. She's already like, ugh, I'm disgusted with you. Just that night, it took a turn. She was being cold to me afterwards. And as all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, this sucks. And everyone goes back to the house to talk about comedy. And, they all knew I was terrible. Then her parents go to bed and I'm like, all right, you want to go, go to bed? She goes, you know what? I think you should probably sleep on the couch tonight. Because I would never sleep on the couch at her house. I go, are you serious? She goes, yeah, I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm just not feeling great. I don't know. I'm just in a weird mood. So yeah, I think it'll be just better if you sleep on the couch. I sleep on the couch that night. Miserable. I get like 2 hours sleep. I know what's going on. I bomb so hard that she's like, ugh, I can't be with this fucking loser. I get it. She blows me off like 2 weeks later. I'm trying to see her. I think I'd take a night off of work on a Friday night. I was going to do some local show, whatever like that. She goes, all right, yeah, meet me at my house at like 9:30. I'm going to be out with my friends for a little while. And then, yeah, we'll go get something to eat and we'll hang out. So I'm like, okay, maybe she forgot that bad comedy set I had. All right, maybe this thing is back on. I'm all fucking excited. I pull up to her house at 9:30 and there's no car in the driveway or anything like that. I knock on the door. There's nobody there. And she was supposed to meet me at 9:30. I hung out in front of her house in my car till 4 o'clock in the morning waiting for her to show up. How fucking pathetic. Because I didn't even know there was a cell phone. There definitely wasn't. No cell phones or nothing. I'm just waiting for her to show up. 4 in the morning, I'm just sitting outside of her house like a fucking crazed stalker waiting for her to show up. By 10 o'clock, 10:30, I give it maybe an hour. I should have just drove home. All right, she fucked me over. Maybe something happened or who knows, but whatever. I'll go home. 4:30 in the morning, I finally pulled away. Depressed. Fucking, I can't believe that she blew me off. I forget the excuse what she said the next day or the next time I talked to her. I think I'll see her one more time. And I had that Don Henley, The End of the Innocents. I remember that CD. And I was playing in the car, we're driving around or whatever. I think maybe we got lunch or something like that. And she goes, oh my God, I love this CD. It's so great. I go, hey, you can borrow it. She goes, no, that's good. I go, no, seriously, you can borrow it, take it. I don't care, just borrow it, it's fine. She's like, no, meanwhile, the only reason I wanted to borrow it just so I could see her one more time to get it back. That's how pathetic I was. So I'm like, no, I'm not, seriously, I'm serious. She goes, no, that's fine. I really don't like it that much. I only like a couple of songs. I go, just take it. Don't worry about it. You return it whenever. I don't care. I got a million other CDs I listen to. I lended it to her just so I could see her one more time. That's how fucking sad it was. And I think I might have saw her maybe 2 months later. I don't even know if I got the CD back. And that was the end of seeing her or hearing from her for years. And now she just popped up on his social media. I would have fucking married this woman. I wouldn't have been in fucking whatever business I'm in now. I wouldn't be doing this podcast. But thank God, because I would have been fucking miserable. I would have been, I think she's got like 3 kids now. They're all grown. I would have been fucking miserable. But that's how sad and pathetic. But you know what? It evens out. I don't believe in that karma. It's going to come back around. But, me taking the roses, giving that girl in front of my family, her crying, and, basically going, oh my God, he must be really into me, invited me over for Easter dinner. It was my parents' idea. And I get her a rose. She thinks it's from her. Meanwhile, it's some other girl that I fucked the night before. I get it. Then I got mine at the end. So it all evens out, is what I'm trying to say. But goddamn, man, when I saw that name pop up and I was like, holy shit, it just brought up all these fucking memories. I haven't thought about that in forever, but I just remember what a sad sack I was. Just a complete fucking sad sack. Get the hint, motherfucker. She didn't like you that much. She wanted to have fun with you one night. We hung out a few other times here and there. That was it. And then when she saw how bad you were up on stage, doing comedy a year and the people just staring at you, she's like, I've had enough of this fucking clown. All right. Lisa, my biggest fan in Delaware. Now, she always tells me she's the biggest fan ever. Gets mad when I don't play in Delaware. There's no places to really perform in Delaware. I'm not getting offers in Delaware to play. Maybe someday I will, but until then, I don't know what to tell you. You can go to Philadelphia, you can go to Baltimore. I try to hit every city. I'm trying to hit all these cities. Like I said before, with those gigs in Maryland and Virginia, me and Don are trying to do these little tours, these little venues. So hopefully we'll come to a small city near you. But I haven't heard from her a while. I thought maybe she wasn't a fan anymore. I don't, who the fuck knows. But anyway, she goes, Jim, I got some good 80s movies for you to watch, which I've been getting a lot of requests to tear apart another one. I was just on this podcast where I did that movie Heaven Help Us. It's about those Catholic school kids back in the 60s. Kevin Dillon's in it. He's fucking amazing. Donald Sutherland. They're just causing problems in Catholic school. I just did this podcast, and we were talking about that movie. I like that movie. That's one that I do like. It reminds me when I was in Catholic school, just causing problems and chaos and everything else. And the priests and the nuns beating the shit out of you. It was fucking awesome. Brought back great memories. But I know the new Top Gun movie's coming out. I never saw the original. But maybe that one's, it's like, I don't know. Is it going to be that goofy to make fun of the original Top Gun? Probably not. They're flying around, right? I know they got stupid names. I forget the name. Somebody sent me in the fucking, whatever Tom Cruise's name and the other guy's name. But maybe Top Gun. But she recommended some good ones. She goes, how about Staying Alive? I never saw that one. The Breakfast Club. I saw that. And then I went to they re-released it like 15 years ago or 10 years ago. Like a remastered version, or I don't know, whatever. I went to the premiere of that because my manager at the time was managing Anthony Michael Hall. And I saw it again in the theater. I'm like, it was all right. It's not that awful. So that one I probably wouldn't make fun of. There's not enough there. 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Wall Street, Platoon. There's nothing, you can't make fun of Platoon. Platoon still holds up to this day. That's a fucking great movie. Kevin Dillon in that one too. Rain Man, Full Metal Jacket, another. Full Metal Jacket, is the movie where the first like 40 minutes is phenomenal. And then it's like two different movies. And then when they go to Vietnam and oh, me so horny and all that shit, I kind of lose my interest. But that fucking drill sergeant was unbelievable, just fucking berating that guy. But yeah, so there's nothing really there. Maybe the second part, but Full Metal Jacket is still a great movie. Desperately Seeking Susan, I think that was with Madonna. No Way Out, I remember seeing that with Kevin Costner, maybe. Someone to Watch Over Me, I don't even know if you could sit through them all. Or also, your son is hysterical and sarcastic. Yeah, he is. But yeah, maybe so I'll do another movie, 80s movie at some point. Like I said, I got to sit through that shit. But we'll try. You know, there's a lot of fun Facebook games out there. A lot of people, they've been sending them in. It's just to keep it lighthearted. You know how it is. Matt sent this in. He goes, Jim, this horse shit has got 64,000 reactions and 296,000 comments. He goes, how dull of a sense of humor do you need to have to find this worthy of 2 laughing faces? It's not even worthy of 1. So they put 2 at the end. And I think I've covered this one before. This one goes around like every 6 months ago. People start this stupid one up. She fell in love with an electrician and she got shocked. 2 smiley faces. Keep it going. Keep it going. Why? Why do I have to keep that going? I don't want to. Can't we just stop it there and just let it fucking die the slow death it deserves? I don't want to keep it going. But these assholes on Facebook do. Next one. She fell in love with a crane operator and got let down. Ugh. Ooh. She fell in love with the guitarist and he strung her along. You get it? Because the guitarist got strings on it and she strung her along. Ugh. I'll never get it. I'll never understand it. I don't know what. Are people refreshing their page are they getting alerts to their phone every time someone posts one? Oh, what's the next one? Let me see what clever wordplay someone came up with on this one. Oh, that's a good one. 296,000 comments. Like I always say, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe it's me. But, I mean, is it necessary? Is it really necessary? Is it necessary to post something like this that Chris sent in? He goes, Jim, how awful and boring is your life that you have to post about painting part of your house? Take lots of pictures and tag your husband. People really need all the pats on the back. They do. People need it. Now, this woman took a picture, 4 different pictures that she painted her house. And she tagged her husband in the Facebook picture. Like, the guy lives there. He knows the place is painted. He saw it probably before. He probably did it. He helped you do it. Why are you tagging him in the fucking Facebook? What does he care? Hey, how come you didn't put me in you didn't tag me in that? She writes, another weekend, another painting project. Ooh. So that means, hey, I just want to let you know I'm busy on the weekends. I know you guys are just laying around, not doing shit. You know what I mean? Not being productive. I'm being productive. So I hope everyone reading this knows that I'm superior to you. Another weekend, another painting project. Got rid of that ugly wood shelf and created a place for all my girly stuff. And of course, she took a picture, of a different shelf. And now she's going to put all the girly stuff there. And she took a picture of the whole place being painted. And she tagged the husband because the husband, you know. In other words, hey, we get shit done on the weekend and you probably don't. So could you just tell me how fucking motivated and amazing I am? Like, how do I do all of this stuff and still go to work on Monday, still raise my kids? How the fuck does this woman do it? I mean, just that you took fucking 4 different pictures of inside your house because you painted your walls and you posted it on Facebook. What the fuck do you want people to do with that? Looks amazing. Love it. Love the colors. It goes perfect with the fucking shelf. Is that what you want? That's what you need out of life? You can't just paint your fucking house and the inside and show your friends when they come over, hey, or let them notice when they walk in. Oh, what, did you paint the place? Yeah, I just decided, I was sick of it. So I wanted to fucking paint the walls. What do you want your Facebook friends to do with that? You took 4 different pictures of different rooms with a new shelf that you could put your girly shit on. And you're showing everybody, hey, I painted. Because I don't know if you guys know, that's not easy to do. It's really not easy to paint walls. It really does take a special skill to do it, and this one wants to let you know. And not only am I going to just post about it, I'm going to fucking put a collage of pictures to let everybody know I fucking paint on the weekends. I do shit. Don't know about you, but I do stuff. Now, not only do the Facebook games, people are trying to get laughs on Facebook. We always get the dumb Facebook joke. People think they're funny. So this woman, no, it's a guy, sorry. He posted on Facebook, I had the rudest, slowest, nastiest cashier today. I guess it's my own fault for using the self-checkout lane. You get it? You get it? He was the cashier. It wasn't like he set it up like, oh my God, what happened at this cash register? Why was this cashier so mean to this wonderful human being? And then he threw a little curveball in there. He goes, it was me. I went to the self-checkout lane. Now, okay, we get the joke, but he said, so it was him all along. So how was he rude to himself? How was he nasty to himself? I could see to be the slowest. He didn't know what he was doing. The fucking shit wouldn't scan. But how was he rude and nasty to himself? It's weird. Really doesn't make sense if you break down this so-called joke. I don't get it. And I don't want to get it. Jason said that, and he just wrote fucking yuck. Exactly. That's what that is. It's just a fucking yuck. Now here's a woman that's looking for attention. She posted this on Twitter. She posted, I'm walking through a casino and an old man just stopped me and told me I look like a homewrecker. Now, it got close to 4,000 likes. So, in other words, I'm thinking I don't know what this girl looks like. She's probably hot. So she looks like a hot chick that would ruin a marriage. She can get any man. So she wants everyone to let everyone know, hey, because like a plain Jane little fucking, girl that just kind of, I don't know, is like a 5 or a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. Doesn't really stick out when she's out and about. You know, obviously it's not her. It's not that girl. So this girl's probably hot. She's probably got fake tits. She's always decked out. She's wearing fucking tight clothing. You know. She's she walks in a room, everyone looks at her. So she just wants to let everyone know this it has to be an old man. Because, the old men, the old people, they don't get it. So she wants to let him know, hey, this made up story, this old guy came up to me and said I was so hot that I'm probably a homewrecker. Because every guy would leave their fucking family and their marriage for me because I'm so hot, is what she's trying to say. Okay? An old man someone wouldn't come up to this girl in a casino and go, you look like a homewrecker. He would never say that. Unless they got in an argument. If she said, hey, I was at a fucking, a slot machine, and I walked away for a second, then he jumped in. I'm like, hey, I'm still playing there. I like to play that one. That's my lucky fucking slot machine. He's like, well, too bad. And they got in an argument. He goes, yeah, well, you look like a homewrecker. It still didn't happen, but I'd buy it. I go, okay, there's a 10% chance of that happening. But there's a negative 50% chance that it's happening. An old man in a casino is just going to go, yeah, told me I look like a homewrecker. Never fucking happened. Now this one, Andy sent it. He said, Jim, this girl has a podcast with another girl. And the other girl gets attention because she's hot. And she puts like hot pictures of herself with her cleavage and ass pictures all on Instagram. And this one is kind of like frumpy. So she doesn't get a lot of attention. So that's why she posted this. He already has it figured out, Andy, on this one. So, yeah, you could see one's hot and one's not. So this girl's got to go, I could just imagine the other girl's showing a picture of her cleavage. Maybe she's in a bikini on vacation. She's posting that. And then her partner on the podcast, like, how am I going to fucking compete with that? What am I going to do? So then she comes up with something like this. Guy next to me at the gym just put the following items on the ledge of his treadmill. A quart of milk, 2 York peppermint patty wrappers, an open book of sheet music, and a conductor's baton. I cannot wait. You cannot wait for what? What are you waiting for? Tell me what you're waiting for. You just going to sit there? You think a guy that's at the gym, he's going to go on the treadmill, maybe he does it, maybe he worked out with weights first, or maybe he's going to do the treadmill first, then go work out weights. You think that he's going to be eating York peppermint patties. He's going to be basically like a candy bar. I know it's a fucking circle. Bob Levy, the comedian, used to have a funny joke. It was so silly. He's talking about women that queef. He goes, I went down on this girl. I didn't even know what a queef was. He goes, I had my head down there. He goes, and all of a sudden a cool breeze shot through my hair. He goes, I thought I was eating a York peppermint patty. It always made me fucking laugh. It's childish. It's immature. He's a creep, but I love him. But anyway, so this guy, why would this guy, if you're in a gym, who's walking around with a fucking quart of milk? Okay? Nobody is. Nobody's walking around with especially not in the gym. Have you ever seen anyone? Now, I've seen everybody with a fucking jug of water. They got the gallon jug, and they got to walk around, keep taking sips out of it. Yeah, because that's going to really hydrate you, because you're working out in the middle of the desert in fucking Vegas. It's 120 degrees. They got ceiling fans going, the fucking AC's cranked, but you're thirsty. I get it. You did a fucking 2 bench presses back to back. You need your fucking, you're really thirsty. You got to get some water. Whatever. But nobody is carrying around a quart of milk in a fucking gym. Nobody's eating York peppermint patties. Nobody's putting this on the treadmill. An open book of sheet music and a conductor's baton. Okay, all right, I'll buy the sheet music. Maybe puts it on top of the fucking treadmill. So as he's walking on it, he looks at it and he's kind of learning how to fucking read music. I'll buy that. He's not walking around with a quart of milk. He didn't just have 2 York peppermint patties. He doesn't have a fucking baton, and he doesn't have sheet music. You're reaching for that. You're trying to compete with your fucking friend who's posting hot pictures of herself. You need some attention too. You're not going to show pictures of you in a bikini because that's not who you are. And you don't look like her, so you got no choice. So then you got to make up a story like this. Well, if she's the hot one, I'm going to be the weird, quirky one. That's what I'm going to do. Because I got nothing else. Why didn't you take a picture of it? You could easily snap a picture of all that stuff. Then it'd be more believable. Let's see it on the ledge of his treadmill. Because a lot of people, I mean, look, you guys all been to the gym before. A lot of people, you know, walking around with a quart of milk. You see them walk in when they're checking in, scanning their card. They got a quart of milk with them. Yeah, I mean, you know, it happens, doesn't it? No. Never does. Now, here's some good news. Netflix tells staff to leave if they're offended by its content. They basically put out a memo and said, hey, listen, if you got a problem with any kind of content and you got to edit it or post it, whatever the fuck you do at Netflix, if you don't like the content, then you might want to leave the company. Finally, some big business is putting their foot down and not letting their fucking employees run it because they get their feelings hurt because they don't like something. It also comes at a weird time where Netflix just lost 200,000 subscribers. The stock is fucking down like 38%. They're in trouble right now. They're finding out different ways because there's all these different streaming services now. So there's more competition. You know, Netflix was always the one, and that was it. Like, okay, now you got I'll tell you, man, you know, I made fun of Hulu a while ago. I still subscribe to it. I like that fucking streaming service. I do. Amazon Prime is like fucking dead now. There's barely anything new on there. I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me. I'll still keep it because they put the fucking football games on Thursday nights now on Amazon Prime. So now I got to go fucking track that down if I'm on the road. I'm going to have to watch it on my laptop because there's obviously not going to be Amazon Prime on a TV in the fucking hotel. Those scumbags just milking every fucking dollar. I think baseball games are on Apple TV or Apple whatever Plus. What the fuck is that? But Hulu's not bad. It's not bad. I still always have Netflix. It's fucking $15 a month. I'll pay for it once in a while. I got a nice documentary up there, some good shit. But Hulu's fucking blows it away right now. So Netflix is hurting. And then the whole thing when, you know, Dave Chappelle did those tranny jokes, you know, and all the employees got mad, you know, and remember when Rogan, you know, he had one of those vaccine guys on and the Spotify employees were hurt and he made fun of trannies too. So, it's, you know, that they shouldn't compete in men's sports. If it used to be, you know, a man going to a woman, whatever the fuck it is, they had big meetings that they were like, we can't support this guy. And Spotify's like, too bad, fuck you. And now Netflix finally putting their foot down, go, yeah, too bad, then leave. That's all you got to do is leave. You think a guy that works on Netflix and has to, like, you know, I don't know, fucking edit or post some documentary on Tom Brady winning 6 Super Bowls or 5 Super Bowls or 6 with New England, and and he hates Tom Brady. Imagine him going to his boss, go, listen, man, I hate Tom Brady. The guy fucking killed my team. He's the most hated sports athlete of all time. I don't want to do this. I don't want to post this. This offends me. They go, look, get the fuck out of here. Go. But you let these crazies, these fucking 10, 20 employees try to run your business. Fuck you. Go start your own streaming service. Finally. But, look, the bottom line is Netflix is hurting. And they're going to go, hey, listen, man, too bad. And they realize people don't like that shit. If you're going to take stuff out and edit stuff and all that stuff, edit some words from old movies, fuck you. So good for Netflix. But it just comes at a weird time when they're losing a lot of money and they're in fucking trouble right now. Then they decide to put this out there. Liz sent this in. This woman posted a picture of her dog in her dog bed in the car, this little dog. And she writes, my dog would like to send puppy hugs and kisses to all those that send positive, and she puts paw in parentheses, and instead of positive vibes, and well wishes his way. He just left his recheck appointment and he's so much better. He was prescribed anxiety meds to take as needed. He definitely takes after his mama. And a laughing face. Does he really, your dog, send hugs and kisses? So whatever was wrong with the dog, if you posted it, because obviously you did, hey, my dog has got some problems, I'm bringing to the vet. Can you send some positive vibes my way? What is that going to do? What is that going to do? Let's say this woman lives in Virginia and someone in Oakland, California, her friend, sees this. How long are those positive vibes going to take to get from Oakland to Virginia for that fucking dog when it goes in the vet to see what the hell's wrong with it? You know what I mean? Like, does it get there right away? What about the girl her neighbor that lives right down the street, lives in the same neighborhood as the vet? Are those positive vibes going to get there, in like 2 seconds because she's close by? What about you got friends overseas? How the fuck are those vibes getting there? You think that fucking doctor, that veterinarian's going to go, when your dog was in here 2 weeks ago, it was in pretty bad shape. And then you come back 2 weeks later, he goes, it's a miracle. Holy shit. I was really expecting to give you bad news today, but I guess there's a lot of people out there sending positive vibes. And your dog is good now. You think any fucking doctor would ever say something like that? How stupid that is. Okay? And now your dog's on anti-anxiety medicine. You think maybe because you're the mom, because that's your dog and you're taking care of it, why that fucking dog? Just like her mama, because you've got fucking anxiety, because you overthink every fucking situation and you bring the anxiety on yourself. Just make a fucking decision. That's all you got to do. Sometimes you got to think it over. A decision, okay, fine. But other than that, just fucking make it and move the fuck on with your life. That's all you got to do. And you won't have to be on a fucking Xanax and you have to be popping them and have to carry them with you wherever you go. And then you make your dog all fucking anxious and now that dog's on fucking Xanax. Yeah, because that's what a dog needs. A dog's got a lot of problems. All your dog does is wait for you to come home because it misses you, and they jump all over you because they like company. It's not a complicated life for a dog. They fucking hang out. They know where to eat. They fucking can't wait to go outside and smell different fucking other dogs. That's almost like their porn when they just walk around and got new smells to smell. They fucking love that. They live a nice, simple life. And you came into that fucking dog's life, and now that dog's on Xanax. Because you're a complete disaster of a human being. Welcome to the Jim Florentine Everybody is Awful podcast. Make sure you check me out in Tampa, Florida next week, July 7th through the 9th at Side Splitters Comedy Club. Chad Zumach will be on the show. And also the next night, July 10th, Sunday, one show at the Improv in Orlando, Florida. Rochester, New York on July 14th through 16th. Then I'll be in Fairfield, Connecticut on July 21st. July 22nd, me and Don Jameson will be in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Brokerage in Belmore, Long Island, New York. August 4th, one show on a Thursday night with Natalie Cuomo. I'll be there in Long Island. August 12th, 13th, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club, Point Pleasant, New Jersey. And then September 24th, me, Don Jameson, Natalie Cuomo, the Dojo of Comedy at Tiff's in Morris Plains, New Jersey. Funny Stop Comedy Club in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, October 6th through the 8th. I'll be back in Omaha, Nebraska, October 14th, 15th at the Funny Bone. And then October 27th, Laughing Skull Lounge, Atlanta, Georgia, one show that night with Don Jameson. All days are up on my website, jimflorentine.com. comedymetalmidgets@gmail.com is the email to send if you see any shit out there that might be good for the podcast. Thank you guys for listening to the new Terrorizing Telemarketer tracks on Patreon. The album is finished finally, and it'll be coming out soon. I don't know where exactly, but it'll be out soon. So, yeah, thanks for the feedback on that. I appreciate it, because you never know. I'm listening to these tracks. Don Jameson's listening to them. We're trying to figure out, but it's good to get an outside opinion on the shit. So, yeah, thanks for giving them ratings. Most will make it, some won't. Maybe it'll be on the next record, because I'll start doing another one. Why not? Just sit around and wait for the phone to ring, being childish and immature. Something my 11-year-old kid should be doing, but I'm doing it. It's fucking beautiful. God bless America. Jason sent a message, and he goes, "Hey, Jim, I just bought tickets to your show in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio in October. Do you hang out with the fans after the show? What do you do when you hang in Cuyahoga Falls for 3 nights?" I do nothing. There's not a lot going on in that town. I go there every year in October. It's a great little club, the Funny Stop, but there's nothing going on. I walk across the street to get something to eat. I go to the Sheetz gas station to get a cup of coffee, and that's about it. I go do the show. So, yeah, nothing. I don't care, though. I'm not going, I don't, need to go on an adventure during the day and then work at night. I don't need to sightsee in fucking Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Go look at the fucking Walmart they have there. Go look at the Target. Maybe go look at the chain restaurants. It's the same shit that I have in New Jersey. So why the fuck do I need to go out and go look at anything? I don't care that you might have a cave from 1812 that's famous. I don't care if you got a statue downtown Cuyahoga Falls where someone discovered fucking Cuyahoga Falls back in whenever. I don't need to see that either. I'll look it up on the internet. Saves me a fucking trip. So, yes, but I'm always available after the show. So, you just find me. I'm around somewhere after the comedy show there. There's nothing else to do. All right. This week will just be just random shit that you guys sent in. Now, every once in a while, I call out these fake stories. Then, maybe sometimes I'm wrong and sometimes they are true. This one happens to be true. So, Jared sent this in. He goes, "Jim, I went to a McDonald's today for my kids. They're 2 and 4 and love Happy Meals. I put the order in, and when I pulled up to the first window where you pay the cashier, he said the person in front of me paid for my order. Your podcast immediately popped into my head. So I asked the guy why she did that. He said that she said she always pays for the person behind her. I didn't know what to do. I was like, okay, cool. There was no one behind me in line at the time. So then I was like, well, there's no one behind me, so I guess I can't pay it forward or something to that effect. The guy was just like, I guess just be happy you were here at this time. He goes, so then we waited in line for what felt like 5 minutes not moving. The woman in front of us who did this was sitting and waiting for her order. I have no idea why it took so long, probably because of the fucking payment mix-up. I'm sure it was. Well, yeah, I'm going to pay for this one. I'll pay for this one. Could you put it on separate receipts? Because this one I can turn into my company for lunch, but I can't for that. So I'm sure that's what happened. He continues. He goes, but then I'm like trying to wave and say thank you, but she didn't notice. So it was just awkward for me, at least. My point is, why did she do this? Nice gesture, sure, but totally unnecessary. I could afford the 2 Happy Meals. The only reason I could think of is that she reads these horseshit similar stories somewhere and now wants to get in on it. I'm probably part of some dumb Facebook post right now, an exaggerated one post making up ridiculous details. Anyway, I'm annoyed. I don't even know why. I got 2 free Happy Meals out of it. It's just why. I actually feel like I'm writing you a thing that never happened, but it did happen. Anyway, Jared. Absolutely, that's exactly why the woman did it. So yeah, I remember one other person said a while back that he'll pay for someone's coffee at Starbucks behind him once in a while. So I guess once in a while it does happen, but he definitely nailed it right in the head here. This woman, sees everybody else paying for stuff, and I pay for somebody behind me. Times are tough, the economy, it's $5 for gas, all that shit. So I just wanted to do a nice gesture for the day. It made me feel happy and it started my day off. So she does that because she sees everybody else doing it. So she's like, well, I got to get on the action too. But just that she wouldn't look at him. You know what I mean? And he's not going to get out of his car because now God forbid, fucking someone's got a gun in the car. You coming out of the car at the drive-through to knock on someone's window. Who knows if they shoot you? Everyone's fucking, paranoid over that shit. So he couldn't do that. So he's trying to wave. She wouldn't even look. You know why she probably didn't look? Because she was already on her phone posting on Facebook about what a wonderful thing she did. She paid for 2 Happy Meals. She'll never just say 2 Happy Meals. She'll just pay, I paid for, someone's order in front of me, behind me. But that's what she was doing. She's just joining in on everybody else doing it. So she looks like a good person and she cares about other people because times are tough, money's tight, and I just want to let you know I had a few extra bucks, so this is what I did. If she never posted about it, it'd be great, but there's zero chance that she didn't make a post about that and tell everyone how wonderful she is. So that's why she did it. But she's a follower, bunch of fucking sheep out there. What is everybody doing? Then I need to be doing it. It's embarrassing, it's sad, and it's just disgusting is what it is. Just live your life. Nobody gives a fuck, all right? The people that are close to you know if you're a good person or not. Just do favors for them, all right? You don't have to brag about any fucking nice thing you did for somebody, all right? It's not going to, you know what, I got to do that. And this woman didn't do it for the right reason. She did it so she can get some recognition, so everyone could say, what a good person, you're an amazing person. Well, you got a heart of gold, you light up a room when you walk into it, do you? What do you mean? How do you light up a room? You walk into a room that's kind of dark, and all of a sudden it gets lit up just by your presence. Is that what happens? Or all of a sudden people like putting their arm up over like they got fucking sun in their eyes when you walk in because you lit the fucking room up? I've never been in a room where someone walked in and lit it up. Never. Unless it was like some naked stripper that walked in. Like, yeah, all right. She fucking lit the room up. Other than that, I've never been in a room where someone lit it up. So let's stop saying that. All right? Let's talk to the guy, let's talk to his ex-wife and see if he lights up a room when he walks into it. See what she says. She knows the real deal. The guy that tortured his fucking wife for 10 years while they were married and she couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, did he light up a room when he walked in it? No. He terrorized a room. He made everybody uncomfortable, is what he did. Jeff sent this in. He goes, Jim, another nosy neighbor with nothing better to do and some lame references. See below, just mind your business, sir. So this guy puts on next door. So at the risk of being Gladys Kravitz, I don't even know what that is, and I'm glad. And I don't even want to look it up. I don't give a fuck. I could put that in Google in 2 seconds, find out what it is, but who cares? I don't need to know that. I don't want to know it. I don't want that fucking wherever that's from. It's probably some sitcom or something, or from some movie. I don't even want it in my brain for 1 second. So he goes, so at the risk of being a Gladys Kravitz, I left this morning to walk and do some errands. I left my house around 7:30 in the morning, and there was a guy in a truck with a mower on a trailer. I came home a few hours later, and he was still sitting in his truck. Later, he proceeds to cut the neighbor's grass, which was non-existent, no rain, and he only dusted it up. He then scooted around blowing non-existent grass clippings from his $10,000 commercial lawnmower like he was in a hurry. My department got laid off recently. I'm old, but where do I get a job like this? Don't get me started on the guys working on the road in town. 6 are doing nothing, 1 or 2 are working. Okay. This is why the guy cut the neighbor's grass. Okay? He was probably taking a break. He was sitting in his truck, because when you have a fucking lawn account and you're a landscaper and you're contracted to cut the lawn like once a week, especially when the spring comes. All right, we're going to cut once a week. It's going to be $45. And then in the fall, it'll be every 2 weeks. And then, beginning of spring will be, every 2 weeks. I used to cut lawns. I know fucking something about this. Okay, so the guy cuts the lawn once a week, whether it needs to be cut or not, because he's making $45 on the fucking lawn. He's got 20 accounts. He goes around town with his fucking trailer, with his lawnmower, which I highly doubt the commercial lawnmower costs $10,000. Okay, and that's the guy cuts it whether it needs to be cut or not, just so we could fucking he's not going to go, well, you didn't need a cut, so I'm going to take $45 off your bill. He has a regular routine, whether your grass grew or not, whether it rained or not, because the grass was burnt out, he's going to fucking cut it to make his money. That's how he fucking makes his money every week. It's like this motherfucker going to a job and there's nothing to do. He's still going to get paid. He just wasted time. There was nothing to do, but he still got paid. And that's what this motherfucker's doing. So that's why he cut the grass when there was hardly anything to cut. And that's why he blew around the grass clippings or whatever and any other shit that was on the driveway, some leaves or debris, because that's what you do. You use the blower to clean everything up. So when the client comes home, there's not shit all over his driveway and his walkway. Okay, that's why he did it. And maybe it was a slow day and he was waiting for other workers, and he was just fucking hanging out in his truck. He could do what he wants. It's his business, motherfucker. All right, so he'll cut the lawns when he feels like cutting. That if he wants to take a break and hang on his phone or do whatever the fuck he wants to do in his truck, he could do it. Why don't you mind your fucking business? Like Jeff says, just mind your fucking business. I look at my window, I see landscapers out there with a truck, and I don't go, and then a few hours later, I go run some errands, I come back, and they're still there, and he's sitting in his truck, and he's cutting a lawn. I don't go, you know what, I got to go to the fucking Nextdoor app. I got to talk to people about this. I got to let everyone know what's going on. Wow, what a cliche. No one's ever said that before, that workers, they're working on the road. A lot of them are just standing around and only a couple of them are working. Wow, that's a real original one. Where did you come up with that one? That's pretty crazy to say that. You better watch yourself. You might get in trouble because nobody's ever had that fucking angle. Sometimes all guys can't be working at the same time, whatever the fuck they're doing, whether they're laying, they're fucking putting blacktop down, they got to shovel it, whatever, they got to wait for it. Everybody's got their job, motherfucker, all right? So at the risk of being a Gladys Kravitz, shut the fuck up. Where could I get a job like that? Why don't you go over to the truck? He was sitting there all day and ask him, hey, how can I get a job like this? Why don't you do that? You were afraid, huh? No, but let me go to the Nextdoor app, and I better go post this. I want to let everybody know that I'm looking out for everybody. Like Matt sent this one in another on Nextdoor app. He goes, Jim, this is making the rounds on Facebook. All right, whatever. It seems like a little more believable than some of the shit on Facebook, but I suspect there's some details being left out. Okay, so this guy posts a picture from his video camera of his driveway with his two cars in it, and towards the end of the driveway is another car. And he snaps that picture and he posts it to Facebook. And once again, the guy goes, my friends in this area and surrounding towns, be wary of this blue Chevrolet. I have this creep caught on my security cameras slamming his brakes and pulling into my driveway after he saw my two youngest kids outside. Luckily, they knew better and ran back inside. And the picture is fucking crystal clear. It's like amazing. High def, everything else. And then you get the comments like, thanks for sharing this. Nice shot at a creep's vehicle. Papa Bear on guard. Good job. Really? You're on guard? What are you going to do? Papa Bear? Huh? That means you protect your kids? You're a good person, aren't you? You protect your kids. I just want to let you know you don't mess with my kids. You're going to have to deal with me. Whoa, another one. That's pretty fucking shocking. You know, in the usual comments, you know, terrifying. Wow, way to be on top of it, brother. Thanks for sharing. And then she's like, what road is this on in our town? It's been happening a lot on certain streets. I believe the last sighting was a white SUV, but same situation. But Matt makes a good point. He goes, what makes me believe this is fake is the fact that this guy has this high-tech video surveillance system, and yet instead of posting the video of the guy approaching his kids, he just takes a screenshot that offers zero context. The car in question could be any number of services that are known to use personal vehicles. Amazon deliveries, electric company metering, etc., etc. He says, maybe this really did happen, but after years of sifting through obvious lies, it's difficult to differentiate. Wait, what the fuck is he saying? Anyway, we don't know if it's fact or fiction. So the guy could have put the video up there and said he put a screenshot. What happened? Yeah, there's a million cars that drop off Amazon packages. Yeah, guys reading meters, coming around, you know, in these fucking strange cars and just dropping a package off. You know how many times I see a fucking car pull in my driveway and I just see some person coming up, delivering an Amazon package, drops it at my doorstep and leaves? Because there's not fucking 70 million Amazon trucks out there, or someone reading the fucking meters coming around from the town in their regular car. They don't have a company fucking truck. Okay, what probably happened was someone was lost and they probably would look at their fucking Google Maps or their Waze and they go, oh shit, I gotta fucking turn around. So they slammed on the brakes and fucking they didn't slam. How do you know he slammed on the brakes? Your kid said that? Your two kids playing out on the lawn go, oh my God, he slammed on the brakes? I don't know how old the kids are, because obviously he didn't see it. The guy just realized, all right, I'm going the fucking wrong way. I got to turn around. So he hit the brakes. He fucking pulled into the driveway and then pulled out and went the other way. But this guy makes a big deal. He wants to let him know, hey, I'm police. I'm the fucking George Zimmerman of my fucking area. Okay, and I just want to let you know, Everybody, be careful out there. These people love to let everybody know in the town, hey, just be careful. Because that means, wow, you really care and you're warning everybody. Thanks for the heads up, buddy. Everybody's like, wow, thanks for this. We'll be on the lookout. Papa Bear, Mama Bear is waiting. This guy got all the attention he needed. But just that he fucking took that picture of that car in the driveway. Yeah, he went back on his footage. He fucking, oh, look at this. There's the car. Yeah, they pulled in the driveway and they pulled out and drove away. How many people turn around in your driveway if you live in the suburbs? A lot. Especially people that are lost, or people pull over to take a phone call and they got to turn around and pull into your driveway. But this guy got the attention. He wants to let you know, hey, I'm just letting you know, I'm watching out. So everybody be careful out there because your kids could get kidnapped. Because that happens a lot. Kids are getting taken there's like 50 a day at least. I see on the news, they just pull in and they're like, oh shit. But it's good that this guy let us know. Thank you. You're looking out for everybody. And then, of course, the woman. Where is this in this town? It's been happening a lot lately. What's been happening a lot lately? People are turning around in your driveway. There's some car that you don't know drove down your street. Whoa. Is that what happened? What's been happening a lot lately? Strange cars are slamming on brakes in people's houses, in front of people's houses, with kids playing on the lawn, and then they pull in the driveway and the kids run in the house. Is that what you're saying is happening all the time? But still, nobody, it's weird. No kid has gotten kidnapped. I mean, this kidnapping fucking ring, this, of these 10, 12 people driving around this little town, wherever the fuck they're from, is we can't, at the end of the day, go, yeah, what's going on? Yeah, the kids are running back in the house. We see them playing on the lawn. We slam on the brakes. We pull in the driveway and they run in the house like, all right, fuck. Shit, all right, maybe tomorrow. Let's hope some kids are out playing tomorrow. Listen, if I'm sure if some guy's driving around trying to kidnap a kid, hopefully he's playing on the lawn, he's going to take him in the car. I'm sure he's going to be driving real slow and looking at the surroundings and seeing some kids up ahead or seeing some kids. I don't think he's going to be fucking driving, that he's going to be driving so fast that he has to slam on the brakes and pull into the driveway. I think he's going to be cruising pretty slow and going, oh, look, there's a kid right there. All right, let me see if I can fucking pull over real quick, maybe get him to the car, lure him to the car somehow. I don't think they're driving fast and slamming under and then pulling in the driveway. But this guy just wants to let everyone know, hey, I'm policing our neighborhood. And when you see me at the local grocery store or someone out about in town, just tell me I'm doing a good job and thanks for fucking posting that picture. Because you're a concerned parent. This guy doesn't want his kids kidnapped. What a fucking good guy he is. Hey, fucking people are disasters. Michael sent this one in. Jim, here's a 5-star Yelp review for a local jail. He goes, Jim, this guy got arrested for an outstanding traffic ticket that went into warrant. He was pretty happy about it, 5 stars. I'll let him explain. So the guy, once again, another guy with a Yelp review account. Could you imagine someone coming up to you and go, hey, man, follow me on Yelp? What? What? What did you say? You said what? Follow me on Instagram because I'll put all my... No, I didn't say Instagram. No, I said Yelp. Now I have a whole Yelp page, my own page where I review stuff. So I'd love it if you go there and read my reviews. Why the fuck would I go there and read your reviews? Why? Are you an author? Have you written fucking best-selling books? Imagine somebody saying that and you go, oh, yeah, all right, cool. I'll go to your, what's your page? Oh, it's just your name? All right, yeah, I definitely will. Imagine you meet somebody at a party and they go, hey, man, go, you should go to my Yelp, join my Yelp page, read my reviews. And then you go home and you're sitting there and reading his reviews of a fucking restaurant that he ate at like a year and a half ago that he thought the fucking waiter blew him off and it took too long to get the bill. Why the fuck would anyone want to read that? You don't even remember that time when you wrote that shit. And you want somebody else, you got to read my reviews. Why? Just tell me. There's a new steakhouse in town. Is it good or is it not? What do you think? Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. All right, well, good. Then I'll go try it sometime. And next time I see you, I'll fucking let you know because I got nothing else to talk to you about. So the only thing I thought the steak was great. So if you give a review of some new restaurant that comes in town that maybe I want to go to, just because you go to my Yelp page, you'll see what I thought of it, and you gave it 2 stars, you think I'm not going to go? Well, this guy that I just met gave it 2 stars, so maybe we shouldn't go. Even though we wanted to try it and we're looking forward to the place opening, he only gave it 2 stars. Some fucking asshole I met at some barbecue that fucking caught my ear for a couple of minutes. I had to talk to this douchebag. He said it was only 2 stars. It wasn't that good. I joined his Yelp page. I'm one of his fucking Yelp friends. So maybe we shouldn't go, honey. Well, let's just go to the same place we always go to. Even though we really wanted to try this place with, some guy that maybe, who knows what mood he was in, or he doesn't, wasn't crazy about everything, fucking had to pick the place apart, only gave it 2 stars. Maybe we shouldn't go. Yeah, like that's gonna make my decision. Yeah, I don't know, man. You want to chance it? Yeah, let's chance it. Because it's just fucking one meal out of the day. But this guy, completely full of shit with his review of a jail. He goes, I had a ticket for wrong way in a school zone while picking up my son. They came to my home to pick me up. He let me get my kids off to school. We had coffee. Waved bye to the kiddos. Oof. He let me ride in the front seat, but cuffed my hands in the front. I got to keep my shoes and clothes. My cell was clean. It even had a phone. I got 2 chicken sandwiches and an extra blanket and pillow, so I made a fort like when I was a kid, to keep the light out. I also got $250 a day to sit it out. My wife said she would get me out. I told her, hell no. I didn't tell her, but I was enjoying the peace and quiet. I used vacation days and pretty much broke even on the money. Can't remember the marshal's name who picked me up, but you were awesome. I'll probably get another ticket again and let it go to warrant just in case I need a mini, and get ready for this word, a grown man that spent the day in jail, a mini vacay again in the future. A grown man that went to jail used the word kiddos and vacay. So he's trying to tell us that he got a ticket. He had a warrant out for his arrest. He didn't pay it, so he's a fuck up. Yeah, I know. You just forgot to pay that ticket, right? I know. You're fucking, you had a lot going on. You had to make, you were fucking updating your Yelp profile. Maybe you put a new profile picture on your Yelp page and you forgot about your ticket. Now, I don't know this, but it doesn't sound like if you have an outstanding, if you have an outstanding warrant for a ticket, did it come to your house? Or the next time you get pulled over, they see you got an outstanding warrant, they throw you in jail. If it's a warrant on like a gun charge or a probation or something like that, I don't know. But because you got a ticket for going in a one-way, a wrong way, and a one-way by the school, and he didn't pay the ticket, would a marshal come to his house? I don't know that. I guess maybe, but okay, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. So the marshal comes to his house. He let my kids off to school. He let me get my kids off to school. We had coffee and waved goodbye to the kids. So the marshal comes to the house and goes, hey, man, you got a warrant for your arrest. You got a warrant out. You didn't pay your ticket, so I'm going to have to take you. Hey, listen, man, I'm getting my kids ready for school. Can you hang out? Oh, yeah, sure. Okay, yeah. Hey, you want coffee? Yeah, sure. Come on in. Yeah, let's have coffee. We'll hang out. Then he waves goodbye to his kids. And then look, man, I got to handcuff you. But you could sit in the front seat. I'm going to handcuff you in the front. I'm not going to handcuff you in the back of your hands. You're going to have the handcuffs in your front. And you could sit in the front seat. So at any point, you could fucking elbow me in the face as I'm driving, fucking knock me out cold, grab my gun and shoot me. You're handcuffed in the front. You still could do some damage, but I'm going to let you sit in the front because you seem like a good guy. You gave me a cup of coffee. No problem. Because there's never been an incident where, a fucking prisoner has attacked, the guy driving. But no, don't worry. I'm going to put you in the front and I'm going to handcuff you in the front because you're such a good guy. And then when he gets to the local jail, I got to keep my shoes and clothes. Yeah, it's just a local jail. They're not going to fucking give you a jumpsuit. They don't think you're going to commit suicide because you had an outstanding ticket. My cell was clean. It even had a phone. I highly doubt that was there a payphone? Did you have change? What'd you do? So that phone, you think that there'll be a phone in there where you can wrap the cord around your neck and hang yourself? You think that? Was it a payphone hanging on the cell wall? Because then you didn't have change, so how are you going to do it? Are you going to do a collect call? I guess you could do a collect call, right? So he's trying to tell us that there was phone in the cell. And then also, he got not one, but 2 chicken sandwiches and an extra blanket and a pillow. So I made a fort like when I was a kid, to keep the light out. So, usually when you make a fort, you have to have some kind of like an end table or something like that or something, to hang the blankets off to make a fort. Now, what would be in that cell? Let's picture it. There's just a little bed, right? There's a sink, a toilet, and then the payphone on the wall. How did he make this fort? How? Did he hang the blankets off the bed? But the bed's like a fucking, probably 6 inches off the ground. So where did he hang the blankets to make a fort? This grown man had enough blankets in there. I'm sure it's a big comforter they gave him. Because that's what you get in jail. You get these big fluffy fucking pillows and a big comforter. It's some fucking thin blanket, some shitty blanket. Like, you ever buy one of those blankets of your favorite sports team you give to your kid or somebody? Yeah, here's a fucking blanket. Yeah, it says San Francisco Giants. Yeah, thanks. It's like fucking thin as like a slice of bread. And it's small. So you built a fort like you were a little kid. And you were hanging out in the fort. So when, I'm sure the cops had to come by and check on you every once in a while. They got somebody, right, just to make sure you're not trying to fucking do something in the cell. He's like, hey, what are you doing under those blankets? Yeah, I just built a fort, to keep the light out. Hey, can you pass my chicken sandwich? I'm hanging in my fort. Can you just kind of throw it through the bars and I'll put my hand out because I want to keep the light out because I'm in my fort. I'm a fucking grown man. Oh, can I have a second chicken sandwich? Sure, no problem. You want a third? You want ice cream afterwards? You want dessert or no? My wife said she would get me out. I told her, hell no. Did you? You did? You said, no, I want to stay here. You sure about that? Now, if your wife said she would get you out and you told her no, you go, I didn't want to tell her I was enjoying the peace and quiet. So then what did you tell her when you said, no, don't get me out? What'd you tell her if you said you don't want to tell her you were enjoying the peace and quiet? What'd you tell her? Now, you know what? I deserve a few days in jail for getting to pay that ticket. So don't worry about it. Is that what you told her? He says, I used vacation days and pretty much broke even on the money. I don't know what's that. I guess he was in there for a few days and he gets $250 a day. So he broke even or some shit. So he was in there for more than one day. They left him in there. Do you really think they did for a guy that didn't pay a fucking ticket because he went and fucking drove in a wrong way, dropping his kid off at school, that they keep him in that local jail cell in the town for like 3 days? You know, he called, hey, your wife's going to bail you out. Yeah, can I talk to her? Hey, don't. I want to stay here a few extra days. I like the fucking peace and quiet. Yeah, I'm just hanging out in my Ford, honey. I'll be home in a few days. He writes, I can't remember the marshal's name who picked me up, but you were awesome. You can't remember it because the story didn't go this way. Okay? He might have said, all right, listen, I got to fucking bring it down to jail. You got an outstanding warrant. Listen, man, can I just put my kids on the bus? If the bus comes in 3 minutes, all right, hurry up. And he stood outside, and that was it. He didn't come in for coffee. He didn't fucking hang out. None of that shit happened. And then he writes, I'll probably get another ticket again and let it go to warrant just in case I need a mini vacay again in the future. You sure? How do you know it's going to go that way? How do you know they're going to give an extra blanket and a pillow to build a fucking fort? How do you know you're going to get 2 chicken sandwiches the next time? Right? How do you know there's not going to be somebody else in that cell? How do you know you're going to get the same cell where there's going to be a phone in there? So were you calling all your friends? Were you placing bets? What the fuck were you doing in there on that phone? God, it's just embarrassing. So someone took a picture of a dead fawn. They posted it on Facebook. It said, saw someone hit a fawn, took off, didn't even stop, held her until she passed away. And there's a picture of a dead fawn laying in the bushes. And he posted it on Facebook. Look at me. Look how wonderful I am. I'm a very caring person. Somebody hit a fawn. And didn't even stop. And I held her until she passed away. And here's a picture of a dead fucking little baby deer that I'm going to post on Facebook. Let the sympathy begin. Jesus Christ. What did you want from that? Did you want people to go to learn a lesson? Okay, well, next time, if I hit a fucking baby deer, I'm going to stop. Holy shit, maybe the person didn't know. What happened was the little fucking baby deer got hit. You went out to the street, sort of thing, and then took a picture of it and go, hey, look what I held it until it died. What a fucking wonderful human being you are. What a good heart you have. Did you go and tell the fucking mom dear too when it came, hey, listen, I'm sorry. The fucking, listen, I didn't do this. Because the mom deer gets really fucking mad. That's their baby. You know. I was mowing my lawn last summer. I saw a fucking fawn. It freaked me the fuck out in this little corner in my backyard. Almost had a heart attack. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, what the fuck is this hanging out here for? And then I had to go read up on it. And I guess the deer fucking, gives birth, puts the fawn in like a safe spot so no predators come and fucking eat it. Tries to put him in like the shade or behind something, then goes out and gets food for the fucking baby, and then comes back and then moves the fawn once again, which, a few hours later was in a different spot in my backyard. And then within 12 hours, they come and they take the fawn away. I had no fucking clue that's how it worked. But they always say, don't touch the baby deer because the mom's coming back and it's going to be fucking furious. Just leave the fucking baby deer where it's at. The mom's going to know it went out and got food. I don't know. If you think if you're a deer and you're about to have babies, maybe you get the food before you have the fucking babies so you don't have to leave the fucking fawn in some corner hoping that, some predator doesn't come down and fucking eat it. Come by and eat the thing, some fucking wolf or a dog or some shit, and fuck with it. You think, hey, listen, I'm probably going to drop some fucking babies in a couple days. Let me stock up with some food. That seems like a rookie move by a fucking deer. Yeah, after I have these fucking babies, then I'm just going to leave them in separate spots. Yeah, I'm just going to take off. Don't worry about it. Just hang here. I'll be back. I'm going to go look for food. Yeah, it's like the squirrels. They do that. They know. All right, the winter's coming. Let's fucking stock up. Let's get all the fucking nuts we can. We're going to go fucking hibernate for the winter so we got some food. They know that shit. How come the deer don't? Yeah, so good. Have the babies. Sorry, I got to leave you. I know. You're supposed to be attached to your mom. You know what I mean? But don't worry, I'll be back in 6 hours. I'm going to go look for food. And then when I come back, I'm going to give you food. Then I'm going to move you again because I got to go look for more food. And then I'm going to take you with me. So just fucking hang here. Hopefully no predator comes and fucking eats you. I got to go get food. If that baby fawn could talk like, Mom, why don't you just get the food before I was born? What are you, a fucking... Even a baby would know that. That's a stupid move. It takes you 6 hours to go find fucking food? Where are you going that it takes 6 hours to find food? But don't worry, I'm going to come back. Then I'm going to move you again. Because just in case, some fucking, predator was coming by and it saw you in this spot, go, all right, I'm not going to attack the fawn now. I'm going to wait. Let me just wait. I'll come back in an hour because I'm not really that hungry. I'm going to eat it later. So I know exactly where it is. And then the fucking predator comes back in an hour and goes, where the fuck is that? Now I'm hungry. The thing was right here. Now where is it? Oh, shit. Fuck, I should have just ate it an hour ago. I should have ate a little of it and then brought it with me and then I'd eat it later. Take it to go. Now, fuck, now I don't know where it is. I guess the mom tricked me. Hey, if the mom's going to go out and get food, why don't you get enough food where you don't have to go feed the thing and then move it again and go get more food? Why don't you just get all the food at once? That sounds like a fucking dumb deer to take 2 trips to go get food. Don't worry, I'm going to move you again. I know where I put you. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. And then I'm going to take you. A deer can find food in fucking 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Hey, here's my baby. Oh, you hungry? Yeah, I'm going to put you right here. Let me go around the corner. There's a tree. I'm going to pull some fucking leaves off it. I'm going to eat it here. Come on, here's some food. Here you go. Yeah, don't worry. All right, good. You good? All right, good. I'll see you in 6 hours. Where are you going? Now I got to go get more food. What are you trying to find a fucking Whole Foods? Yeah, look, I want my, I'm a vegan. I'm a fucking deer vegan, and I want fucking, plant-based food. I want all organic, so I'm gonna find a Whole Foods. It's gonna take about 3 hours there and 3 hours back. I'll be back in 6 hours. Just hang out here. Hopefully, nobody eats you. Who didn't, Well, just that deer running the fucking, they see a car coming, they're hanging on a corner, hanging on the edge of the road, and just when a car's coming, that's when they run in front of the road. They're fucking dumb. They're just dumb creatures. Welcome to the Jim Florentine Everybody is Awful podcast. If you're a Patreon member, the new video of me dissecting the Journey Separate Ways video is up. If you know any bad 80s videos that'll be good to make fun of, please send them my way. I haven't seen them in so long, some of these. So if you see any that are really bad, you think that the Separate Ways video by Journey is terrible. So that was an easy one for me. ComedyMetalMidgets@gmail.com is the email. Please send anything you think might be good for the podcast, including shit like this. This maniac. Devin sent this, Jim. He goes, Jim, I hate to beg for you to use something on the podcast, but I feel this will set you off for our amusement. Please break this picture down for us. So it's some SUV, and it's got stickers all over it. Driver is gay. I love gay porn. They got a south of the border sticker, which is nice. So, nice family place to stop as you're driving to Florida. A little break there. You go to the south of the border, you pick up a souvenir. They got that on there. And then they wrote on the back window, we'll see how you feel about abortion after I fuck your husband. Okay. But it says you're gay, so you're not fucking dudes. So you're going to fuck someone's husband, and then he's going to get you pregnant, and then you're going to say, nope, abortion's illegal, so I'm keeping the baby. You're going to do all of that? You sure about that, or you just go drive a couple hours to another state and go kill a baby? I'm just curious. I know it's inconvenient for you. I understand that. You would like convenience, but, that's good. Look, I know it's the old joke. You see these women protesting about the fucking abortion. They're all ugly. Nobody wants to fuck them to begin with. They all got like pink or purple hair. They're screaming like maniacs. I see some articles of women are going to start getting sterile because they're so afraid. Look, all you got to do is have the dude wear a condom. You get some fucking birth control. It's not that tough. It really isn't. If you don't want to be on birth control, you keep condoms in your fucking purse. Or you tell the dude, bring a condom or whatever. You go on the pill. You got the fucking morning after pill. You got all of this shit to stop this. But that's good. Keep driving around like that. That's great. You think that woman's a little angry? 5% of people in America hate gay people. And no matter what, you're not going to change that. So you're driving around going, I love gay porn, and the driver is gay on your back with the bumper stickers, and we'll see how you feel about abortion after I fuck your husband. All of that stuff. Now, are you so sure that the husband's going to fuck you? I mean, we don't know who's driving this, but I have a feeling she's not over a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. That's what I'm thinking. Now, if a husband's going to step out on his wife and cheat on her, he's going to fucking angry 5? Feminist? Probably not. I would say not. Maybe he's going to be in Vegas Nashville on a bachelor party. Maybe it's some girl at work might have an affair with, but I don't think he's going to go for an angry feminist that's going to be mad at him, that's going to hate men to begin with. Oh boy. I'm sure she'd be a lot of fun to hang out with. I'm sure she's got a good sense of humor. I'm sure she knows how to lighten the mood a lot. I'm sure. Alan just sent this in. Just a bunch of dumb shit people are posting. Just put your fucking phone down. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Why would this woman post this? Because of a new Amazon scam, my husband ordered me some expensive jewelry, but motorcycle parts came instead. Thankfully, they fit his bike. All right. What do you want us to do with this? You want us to laugh? Should we call you up over friends where you go, that was a really funny one? Should I write LOL, ROFML, or whatever, laughing, LMFAO, LMAO, laughing my ass off? Should I be laughing my fucking ass off? Is it an LOL? Is it one smiley face? Is it 9 smiley faces? What the fuck do you want me to do with this? So, your husband orders shit off of Amazon, and so do you. Yeah, I get it. It's a fucking joke. I get it. As anyone might think, is that what happened? He ordered me jewelry and they got motorcycle parts and they fit? This is for fucking 5-year-olds. 5-year-olds would fucking, if you explain to them what happened, would laugh at this. What made this woman possess to post this? Does she think she's funny? Is she the one that, is always fucking making jokes? They want to invite her to the party because she's always funny and we need her sense of humor here. And is that what you're presenting as a sense of humor? Everyone's going to go, ha, 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 I get it. That's a good one. Yeah. I know some men like that. That's the response it's going to get. This woman I deal with my kids' basketball. I've known her for a long time. I'll text with her and I'll talk to her and shit like that because she knows everything. She pretty much runs like these fucking basketball leagues. And she was coming to my comedy show a couple of weeks ago. She goes, yeah. She goes, it's weird. She goes, I knew you were a comedian, but you're never really funny around me. I go, yeah, because I don't need to be. I'm asking you when the fucking, you got to sign up for the league, how much it's going to cost, where it's going to be, what night it's going to be. I just need information from you. I don't need to fucking jump up and down and go, hey, look at me. Look at me. I'm a comedian over here now. I didn't get offended that she said that at all. I'm like, good. That's what I want her to think of me. Yeah, I'm not going, hey, I need to know when the basketball league's starting. But anyway, and make a joke. I don't need to do that. And I'm glad she said that to me. She's like, I hope I didn't offend you. I go, no, not at all. And even the husband's like, dude, did my wife say something? She thinks she might have. I go, she didn't know. She didn't offend me at all. I like that she said that. That's good. But this woman, it's a new Amazon scam. There's a new Amazon scam out there? How come I haven't seen it anywhere? How come nobody else has? I don't hear anybody talking about this new Amazon scam. You sure? Or did you just make that up? Jesus Christ. Just fucking... I just don't understand why that woman would post that. I don't even like it when comedians fucking post jokes on Twitter. That was originally what it was for. I probably did it back in the day. But, but if you're a comic and that's your job, all right, fucking people follow you because they want you to be funny or whatever the fuck. But I highly doubt this woman's a comedian. Like, what are you doing? Jeffrey sent this in. He goes, Jim, does this woman seem appealing to you? She's on some dating site. She said a perfect first date for her would be a long walk and a picnic. That stinks. That's a fucking terrible first date. I'd rather get in a car accident on the first date. I'd rather get a DUI on the first date than take a long walk and a fucking picnic. What are we, 5? Yeah, we're going to pack something. We'll sit on a tree and talk. We'll put a blanket down. Yeah, I'm getting fucking bit. Yeah, there's ants all over the place. They're fucking running on the food. They're on my leg. Oh, yeah, this is awesome. So where'd you grow up? Who gives a fuck where I grew up? Does it really make a difference? Ugh. I can't believe this woman's single. She's looking for a guy who wants to go on a long walk and a picnic. She's going to ask a guy she meets, hey, you want to go on a long walk and then maybe a picnic? No. Did you ever go on a long walk before? Yeah, once when my car broke down and I didn't have AAA. And I had to walk to the fucking nearest gas station. You ever go on a picnic? Yeah, maybe when I was a toddler, I went on a picnic. I think my parents took us to the park and we went on a picnic. I'm not really interested. Why don't we meet for a drink, meet for some coffee? We'll see if if we're compatible, and that's it. I don't want to take a long walk with you. What if I hate you halfway through the walk? Now I got to walk back and go, hey, listen, you keep walking. I'll be right back. I think I dropped my wallet back there, and then fucking leave. Seriously, what if you hate me halfway through? Then we got to finish the long walk and then still have a picnic? And we're going to pack sandwiches. It's going to be fun. Just post in there, I'm looking for a guy that's just going to do dumb, corny shit that women like. If you're up for it and you don't care and you're not going to fight me over it, then you might be the guy for me. Just post that, because that's what it is. You tell me one guy that would tell his friends, yeah, I went on this first date with this girl, I met her, and what'd you guys do? Oh, we went on a long walk and then we had a picnic. You tell me one guy that wouldn't laugh at that wouldn't make fun of that wouldn't smile, be sarcastic, and just start pounding away at him. You tell me one guy that would go, oh, that sounds fun. That's creative. Nobody would say that. This is perfect if this woman is a fucking dyke and she wants to meet another woman, and the perfect first date would be a long walk and a picnic. That's that, you know what I mean? If you're on some lesbian dating site, that's perfect. That's what, a woman, that sounds great to me. Even though most lesbian couples you meet, they'll come to a show and they'll talk to them afterwards. I'll pick on them in the crowd. And then I'll be like, she's like, yeah, she likes to do all that corny shit. I'm like the guy in a relationship. I just want to hang out. I don't want to do all this stuff. She's always planning all these things. There's always like one guy that acts like a guy. And then the woman's the one, that's fucking, I'm a planner. I'm a planner. I like to make plans. Yeah, what if they fall through? Then what happens? I like to make plans. Remember that one a few weeks ago? The woman's like, I'll like you if we're on vacation. You're already making plans for the next vacation. Yeah, that's every guy's dream. Look, I'm just going to relax, but let me go back to the fucking, I'm at the pool right now. I'm hanging at the tiki bar having a drink, but let me go up to the room so I could start researching our next fucking vacation. When we're on vacation, I don't feel like doing it. I could probably do it when I get home. It could fucking wait. But no, we're going to do it while I'm on vacation. We're going to start planning the next one. You realize people get on a plane. It might even be a connecting flight. They got to hope that it's not delayed. They hope they don't lose their luggage. and then maybe a connecting flight on the way back. That's 4 flights to getting on. Get up early, super early, whatever the fuck. You got to go park. You got to pay for parking, or you take an Uber there and an Uber back. Just to fly somewhere to go sit on a fucking beach. Some island or something like that. They're going to go scuba diving and go sit on a beach. When, if they live in a state that's got a beach, once you're on the beach, it doesn't really matter. If you're sitting in the sand at a beach, does it really matter where the fuck you are? You took 4 planes to go sit on a fucking beach and go sit at a pool that has a fucking bar there. When you could probably do that right around the corner. And once you're sitting there having a drink at the bar, and then you got the beach, hey, let's go to the beach for a little bit. Let's go back to the bar. Let's fucking, go get changed and shower, go get dinner somewhere. It could be anywhere. But you fucking assholes, let me get on it. Oh, there's a connecting flight to Chicago. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, in between a layover, and then we're on to Cancun. And then the way back, we got a layover too, but whatever. Is it really worth it? And you're sitting in the fucking sand that would be at a beach right near your house. The same fucking, just different sand. And you're still staring at the water. You're still reading a book, do whatever you do on a beach. But that's good. Keep doing it. Yeah, and then let's go to town, where the locals are, so they can try to sell you cheap shit. They're fucking hounding you. As soon as you're walking around, hey, over here, you want to buy this here? $5, $2, $5. Just shit that you would, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we'll get it because we're in fucking Montego Bay. Let me get a scarf that says Montego Bay on it that I'll never wear. Yeah, I got this back from this is great. I got, when I was on vacation, look what I brought home. Wow, great. That's awesome. Yeah, I got a Montego Bay fucking coffee mug. That reminds me when I was there, does it? You got to look at that mug to remind you that you were there. You can't think about it without the fucking mug. Your husband goes, remember that last vacation we were on? Like, no. What do you mean you don't know? No, well, hold on. Let me go get the coffee mug. Oh, yeah, Montego Bay. Yeah, that was fucking good. Yeah, I had a good time. A complete waste of time. If you got a beach or a lake or whatever an hour from your house, you fucking get a hotel that's on the beach. You stay there for a couple days, 3 or 4 days. Who gives a shit? You can't suspend disbelief. Sit at a pool, go to the beach. Nice restaurants around there. You can't do that? You got to get on 4 planes to go fucking do that? You watch every stupid movie, right? You suspend disbelief in all your fucking dumb superhero movies and every other mirror. Yeah, this obviously can't happen, but you're still into it. You're excited. You're totally into the movie. You bought that, but you can't buy fucking going an hour to the beach. Nah, I can't do that. No, I want to go somewhere. I want to get on a plane and go somewhere. Yeah, great. You wonder why you're single. Go take a long walk and have a fucking picnic by yourself. You dumb cunt. I was in a good mood until I started doing this podcast. I don't know what happened. It just drives me nuts that's what this woman wants on a good first date. I had a long walk. I wanted to have a picnic. Then what? What's next date? What fucking corny shit you have in store for the next date? And then you only do the long walk and the picnic once. Let's say you start dating. Yeah, you don't do that again. It's weird. Just go, hey, what do you usually do? Before you met me, what would you usually do on a Friday? And what would I usually do? And then you see if it works out, if you're compatible. If you got the same interest. That's it. Instead of just making shit up. Hey, you want to go to a museum? Yeah. Why? How often have you been there? Maybe 2 times? And then you meet somebody new, and is that what you got to do? You go to a museum and go look at shit? You see any guy in their profile going, hey, my ideal first date is to go to Cooperstown, to the baseball museum, to go to fucking Ohio, to the Pro Football Hall of Fame? You see anybody doing that? You think any woman's going to go, wow, yeah, I'd like to go look at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'll drive to fucking upstate New York to go to Cooperstown, to go look at some fucking baseball some guy hit in 1947 that's scuffed up. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I'll do that. A guy doesn't do that. He might do that on his own. He might go with his friends. He might take his son. But he knows, some chick's not going to want to go to the fucking baseball Hall of Fame. But not this girl. Yeah, let's go on a long walk and fucking have a picnic. Oof. Just stinks. Jesus. This next story, this Amazon driver took a shit in the street outside of a house. A Pennsylvania man is raising, I hate when they do these fucking wordplay puns. A Pennsylvania man is raising a stink. I get it. After he claims he saw an Amazon delivery driver poop in the street outside his home. He told the news that his doorbell camera reportedly caught a delivery driver for the online retail giant shit in the street. He said on his doorbell camera, the video shows the Amazon driver pull up, get out of the truck, and walk to the opposite side. He remains there for a few minutes before he reemerges and throws something in the trash. In a quote open to wild misinterpretation, the man told the news, I smelt it and tasted it. I couldn't get that taste out of my mouth for like 2 hours. An Amazon spokesman said the company is looking into the incident. All right, so what? The guy fucking had a shit. He's probably got a spastic colon. He's got something going on. You know, he's running around dropping these fucking packages off because everybody needs their shit in one day or they freak out. So, he went around the truck, fucking shit in the street. Did it in he probably did it in within a minute. Had a fucking, shot diarrhea out of his fucking ass right into the street. Had some fucking, a paper towel or some napkins, wiped it up, threw it in the garbage, and left. So what if there's shit in your street? It's going to rain. It's going to go away. What happens when there's dog shit in your street? What do you do there? Do you fucking go on the news and talk about that too? You didn't see him do it. He didn't do it in front of your kids. He went around the truck. Nobody saw him. This guy, I smelt it and I tasted it for 2 hours. Would you go over and inspect it? Did you put your finger in it and fucking try it? Like dip? This isn't bad. Yep, this is definitely shit. I wasn't sure. I thought it was fucking melted chocolate that was in the road, but nope, this is shit. Let me smell it. Yeah, that's shit, all right. If that guy says that he smelt it and tasted it, that meant he went right close to it to inspect it. He obviously didn't taste it, but he probably smelt it. He's like, yep, that's shit. How fucking nosy do you have to be? Like, that'd be funny if some guy, an Amazon guy, took a shit in my street. I think it's funny. I'd fucking go out there, get the mail, I see a fucking pile of shit in the street, and I saw the Amazon guy walking around and throw something away. I'd be like, that's pretty fucking funny. Guy fucking shit right in my street. So what? So what? And just that this guy went on the news to talk about, can you believe somebody did that? Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah. The guy didn't have time to go to the bathroom. Something fucking, all of a sudden it came on. He couldn't hold it in. So he just shit in the street. What'd you want him to do? You want him, would have been better if he knocked on your door and goes, "Hey, listen, man, I got a shit. You let me use your bathroom?" You wouldn't have let him. You're going to let the guy in? You'd be like, "No, absolutely not." So the guy did it. The guy did it in your street. Imagine that guy on the news. I mean, how embarrassing it is. He lives in a little town in fucking Pennsylvania. Another fucking nosy person can't mind their own business. Just looking at, I gotta look at the camera footage. I have never looked at any camera footage. I've never looked at anything on my fucking security system. Not one time. I gotta go back and look at that. I don't give a fuck. There was a story going around this week. This woman is 26 years old. She was, woman exposes the most shocking things men have said to her when she's asked them to wear a condom. So this chick is 26 and she says all these excuses men come up when she says to wear a condom. Meanwhile, she doesn't have a condom on her, you know. She's not responsible. I guess the guy has to bring it. One guy goes, "But I got tested 3 years ago." Okay, yeah. The guy's got an erection. She's 26. She's probably fucking someone that's around 26. The guy's testosterone is through the roof. He's got a fucking heart on. He wants to get laid. He's probably drunk. Of course he's going to blurt something stupid out like that. Another guy goes, "Seriously, most girls don't care." Another one, "I'll find someone else then. I'm allergic to them." That's a good one. I've heard guys say that. And one guy goes, "Just do it from behind then. Because if we do doggy style, you can't get pregnant," which that guy's fucking reaching there. And one guy goes, "Aren't you on the pill?" And then another one goes, "Can't you just take Plan B tomorrow?" And what else? Way to kill the mood. Don't be a buzzkill. Look, most young people didn't grow up with AIDS, okay? They didn't grow up with the fucking threat of AIDS that you're gonna die. They don't give a shit about herpes. They know maybe one person has herpes. They're not worried about fucking genital warts. They could just get them burned off or whatever. They're not concerned about that, you know? So what are they worried about? Pregnancy? When you're a dumb kid, you're not really worrying about that either. Some do, but most don't. So she's 26 years old. So she's fucking dudes, you know, in their early to mid-20s. Yeah, they're in bars. They're drunk. The chicks over in Australia, so they're fucking hanging out in pubs, getting fucking drunk. Go back to her place, and then I don't know. Come on, that's a buzzkill. Why don't you just have condoms? Can't just have them at your place, can't carry them. I go, "Listen, man, if we're going to have sex, you got to wear a condom." That's all you got to say. And it's not that bad. So what if he goes, "Come on, man, that's a buzzkill." And she goes, no, I want you to wear them. I'm practicing safe sex. That's all it's got to be. It doesn't have to be this whole dramatic thing. You're negotiating a fucking deal right before you do it. Everybody's been there before. It's not that big of a deal. Either you wear one or you don't. She doesn't care. You don't care. Both don't care or you both do. Either or. Who gives a shit? But it's great. Someone called her out, and I'm sure she's, you know, she made another video up of this. He goes, "Sounds like you had a lot of men for a lot of excuses. And you know, oh, how could you say that? You know, I'm a woman. I could do whatever I want." What do they call you? Yeah. I got slut shamed. I got slut shamed. I'm sure that was the next. Can you believe somebody did that? And they start attacking that guy. Hey, she could do whatever she wants. She's not married. All right. Do you realize the dumb shit that's going on? Like, that people would comment on that, and then people were probably commenting on him saying, it sounds like you had a lot of experience and all these men, and then people are going to comment on that. Like, you have nothing else to do in your life? Nothing? Than to write a comment? To fight with someone that wrote something like that? You can't go for a long walk and a picnic? You don't have other shit to do? Just embarrassing. I wish I had time to I would never do it in a million. I don't care that I would just have time. I'm going to read this, now I'm going to read the comments, and I'm going to make my own comment up. I'm going to fight with people I don't know. Is another, well, here's a fake story, and then there's an Amazon driver, another Amazon story. He goes, Mike goes, hey, Jim, he's at it again with this fake grocery store stories. Check this dumb post out, Mike in Illinois. Mike in Illinois must have sent another one from the same guy in, some fake story. So this, obviously, I don't remember the first one. There's so many of them, but this guy just made up another fake story that I've already done on a podcast of a past fake story to come up with. So this one, he goes, well, I feel better about myself knowing I'm not the craziest person in the world. Working in one of my stores, a store employee is in my aisle. To be nice, I make small talk and say how much I am enjoying the break in the hot weather. She turns to me and says, to be honest with you, I think the damn government is manipulating the weather. And you know what made me believe it even more? The friggin' snowstorm in Texas a few years ago. I was so dumbfounded, I told her to have a good day and I left the store. Did you? You left? But you work at one of your stores. So she made that comment and you just left and you have work to do. Why were you there? Did you tell someone else that runs that store, hey, listen, man, I know I've only been here a few minutes, but this woman said something stupid, so I'm going to leave? You left over that comment. You sure about that? But didn't you have business being at that store? Because you go from store to store, you said. I mean, just look at the bragging in here, right? First of all, he wants to let everyone know he's kind of wacky and he's crazy, right? I guess he's known for that because he starts it off, well, I feel better with myself not knowing I'm the craziest person in the world because everyone's like, you're crazy. You know what it is? Because he makes up crazy stories. So then everybody that knows him thinks he's crazy. Like he gets in these crazy situations all the time. You know, and then he comes out the hero. Oh my God, you're crazy. I chased this guy down, whatever, knife. I saved an old lady, whatever the fuck he's making up. So, you know, people that follow him think he's crazy. Meanwhile, he's just lying. So he starts off with that. Then he goes working in one of my stores. So now he's like, hey, I got an important job. I go from store to store, whatever the fuck he does. You know. He goes, to be nice, because he's a nice guy. He wants to put that in there. To be nice, I made small talk, because I'm a nice guy. You know, I don't just do my own thing. I don't know who this person is that's working in the store, but I'm a nice guy. So he's crazy because crazy shit happens to him. He wants to brag that he goes from store to store. He has a job where he has to, you know, do all this work in different stores. Then he has to say, I'm a nice guy, so I made small talk. And then, I mean, he was so dumbfounded, he told her to have a good day, and then he left the store. Like, that must have bothered him so much. That, can you believe that woman said that, I think the government's messing with the weather? What about those snowstorms in Texas? You really think that she blurted that out? And if she did, you didn't leave the store. Okay, you just had to come up with something. Like, I haven't come up with a story in a few days. Let me make up something. You know, maybe he overheard a conversation of, you know, going, come on, man, the weather, you don't think the government's doing something with the weather? I don't trust the government. I don't even trust them with the weather. You know what I mean? Like some fucking pothead or something said that. And then he goes, oh, good, I can make this a story. Let me change it around a little bit. Fucking, make it a little bigger, a little different, make it more interesting. But I got a good start here. And then let me brag and, in there too, I'm a nice guy. I got a good job. I'm not the craziest person in the world, even though these crazy things happen to me. It's just amazing how many crazy things happen to this guy all the time. All the time. I'm trying to think in the last week, I've been traveling, doing shows. Nothing crazy has happened. Nothing in the airport, nothing on the plane. Nothing at the comedy shows. Nothing crazy has happened. How does that how can that be? But this guy, I mean, he's at it again. Like Mike said, he's got to come up with another one. It's been too long. Because he just wants everybody to go, you got a crazy, I can't believe all this crazy stuff happens to you. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. What a life you have. No, he's got no life, is what it is, by making these stories up. Now, Matt sent this in, another Amazon driver. This is 2 today. One took a shit in the street. And then he goes, Jim, I saw this horseshit posted on Facebook. Once again, the picture provides absolutely zero context. Posting stuff like this accomplishes nothing except for giving the attention-seeking wine mommies just one more thing to panic about. On a side note, I would love to see Amazon sue the bitch that posted this for defamation, Matt. So this woman took a picture of an Amazon truck pulled over by a cop in a neighborhood. And she writes, attempted kidnap of 3 girls by Amazon driver. Keep your kids close and be aware of your surroundings. Scary. And then, can you guess some of the comments from the other women? Oh my gosh, this is my worst fear, being a parent. That's so scary. Thank God they didn't get away with the kiddos. Eesh. It's super scary being a parent now, isn't it? No, because no kids got kidnapped before. Every fucking documentary on Netflix is about some fucking kid that got kidnapped and they found them or they didn't find them and they were under a different identity. I just watched one, the girl in the picture or something like that. Everybody got but just started now. Now it's just a scary world now. What a scary world to live in now. Not before. There was never a creepy van that would go through fucking neighborhoods and pick off kids and kidnap them. Now, just started recently. According to these moms on Facebook. And then another woman, that's so scary. It's probably the same Amazon person that comes to my house. Can you see what the driver looks like? It makes me sick. Oh my God, this hit so close to home. My worst fear. I'm so glad they were not successful. All right, first of all, how is an Amazon driver? How is anyone? If this guy's trying to kidnap, how are you going to kidnap 3 girls? You got to put them in your Amazon truck? Is it going to be tough to wrangle 3 girls to throw in the truck? Don't you have better odds with just one, maybe one kid playing on the front lawn and you go, hey, can you come here? So I think I'm lost. Can you come here and just tell me, is the highway near? Is there a McDonald's? And the kid comes to the car and he grabs him, puts him in the car and takes off. That's logical. So you tell me this Amazon driver tried to, not 1, not 2, but 3 girls. Now, how's he going to pull it off? Like, is he going to grab one? Because he can't grab all three at the same time. So he's going to grab one, open the fucking back of the Amazon truck. Hopefully it's not full with packages, too. Hopefully it's the end of the day when this guy's doing it. You know what I mean? So he's got an empty truck so he could fit the three fucking girls in there. So he takes the one. Now the other two just stand there and go, why'd you take her first? Why didn't you take me? Pick me. Pick me. And he goes, hold on, let me throw this one in, and she's screaming. Okay, let me shut the door because she might run out. Now I'm going to go get you. Now he grabs the second one. He has to open the door. Now, is the first one going to run out? Because she probably would be. She's scared. She knows what's going on. She's freaking out. So you'd think when he would open the back door, the Amazon truck, that she would try to run out. But then he has to throw the second one in. So somehow he gets the two in there, and then he goes back for the third that's still standing there. That one's not going to run. That one's going to go, I can't believe you picked me last. This reminds me of fucking school when we played dodgeball or any kind of game, and I was always picked last because they thought I was a loser. I wish you would have picked me first. And then he has to drag the third one in. This is the middle of the day with an Amazon truck. Says Amazon on it. You know those fucking Amazon trucks? Because that's the one she put in the picture. And then the third one, he's got to open that door and hope the other two don't run out. Get her in there, slam the door, and then take off in the middle of the day. Meanwhile, this woman just saw an Amazon truck pulled over in a neighborhood, a cop behind them, and she snapped a picture and made up a story that this guy tried to take not one, not two, but three women. I mean, but look at the bright side. If he did kidnap them, it's Amazon, so you'll get them back within 48 hours. If you got Amazon Prime, they might be back the next day. So look at the bright side. Fucking yuck. Oof. She's bitching about the food at Chuck E. Cheese. That's like going to a whorehouse and complaining about the decor. You can find me on Etsy. I'd rather find you dead in a ditch. Horrific. What the fuck do you need to say that for? #ish. I'm your classic girl next door. If she lived next door to me, I'd fucking move. Teamwork makes the dream work. No, it doesn't. It takes exactly 1 second to get out of your mouth. You're not saving any time. You're not in a rush. Motherfucker. Bro, you good? Ugh. I don't like it. At all. Welcome to the Jim Florentine Everybody is Awful podcast. Tuesday, August 2nd, I'll be in Dewey Beach, Delaware at the Starboard. Brokerage in Long Island, Brokerage Comedy Club, Long Island, New York. I'll be there with Natalie Cuomo on Thursday, August 4th. August 12th and 13th, Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club, Point Pleasant, New Jersey. August 25th, I'll be at the B-Side Comedy Club in Scarsdale, New York with Don Jameson. All dates are up on my website, jimflorentine.com. Yeah, that's it for now. Who gives a fuck? Nobody knows what they're doing in September, October, November, so why plug those dates? Who's buying tickets for that? You know what I mean? That's the key with anything, with concerts and sporting events. You get tickets at the last second because people are putting them up on StubHub and all those other sites and shit like that. People at the last minute decide they don't want to go, or they bought a bunch of tickets and think, all right, I'm going to sell them and make some money, and then there's not a demand for them. So you wait till the last second, you watch how much those prices drop. That's how you fucking buy tickets. If you're willing to take that chance. Sometimes people panic. They go, no, I'm not going to get into, fucking Billy Joel. I always wanted to see him. Please get tickets in advance. They're all fucking nervous. You get those people. But if you just hang and wait, you watch how much tickets go down. So that's what you do. That's a public service announcement from me. Luke was on the podcast yesterday. Got nice reviews. I'll try to have him on more often. If he's around and I'm doing one, I ask him. He's not an angry kid, though. I know he comes off cynical like me. But he really is a fucking happy kid. He has a bunch of friends. He's always in a good mood. Everybody likes him. He's not a dick to anybody. So, but he knows. He could see through the bullshit already at 11 years old, which I like. I'm teaching him well. Like, there's bullshit out there, and just know. But yes, I will try to have him on. But yeah, he makes me laugh. I never know what's going to come out of his mouth. I always just say, just be careful with the cursing in case his mom hears it. Somehow it gets back to her, so I got to be careful with that because he would let loose. I know that, but whatever. I don't want to get the kid in trouble. And you guys, I posted a podcast that I did with my friend Vinny Paulino on Tuesday. He interviewed me for this comedy club in Rochester. He's a comic friend of mine, good dude. So me and Vinny were having this. I usually don't like doing this in the comment section. Hey, tell me which is worse, but whatever. Because it went on for 3 days. I know Vinny, he's a good friend. Vinny's a Miami Dolphins fan. And they always have nicknames for the fans, and the Dolphins have 2 of the worst nicknames for their fans. They call them Dolphins, Dolfans. I'm a Dolphin. Hopefully all the Dolphins will show up for the game today. Or they say fins up. I've talked about fins up before, I know. So, if you're a Dolphin fan, hey man, you're a Dolphin fan, fins up. As you walk by each other, whatever. And he said fins up, and for 3 days, we're bickering back and forth about how fucking bad it is. And he's like, it's not that bad. He goes, Dolphins is way worse. And I'm like, they both stink, but fins up is worse. So let me know what you think is worse. Dolphins or fins. It's embarrassing being a fan and hearing that shit. Also, they're fucking, when they score a touchdown, that song they play is terrible too. But I say, dude, just the whole weekend was about fins up. He's like, it's not that bad. I go, it's terrible. I said, I'd rather be in the Bills Mafia, which the Buffalo Bills, they call, if you're a fan, you're in the Bills Mafia. Yeah, okay, sure. But let me know, Dolphins or fins up. And I'm going to let him know, because I go with fins up is worse. But they both fucking stink. Who cares? Just say I root for this team. That's all you got to do. Everything have to be something else. Well, you need a nickname. I got that from the San Diego Chargers or whatever, the LA or whatever. Theirs is bolt up because the Chargers, and they got a bolt on their helmet. Bolt up. I told Vinny, I said, Vinny, is that by you saying fins up 10 minutes before the game starts, you put that on social media, is that going to help them win? Is that going to do anything? It's going to do 0. 0.0. ComedyMetalMidgets@gmail.com is the email. Please send shit my way. You guys have been sending some great stuff. I really appreciate it. Corbin sent this in. He goes, hey, Jim, you probably heard about this already, but Dave Chappelle was supposed to have a show last night in downtown Minneapolis. They moved it to a different venue because people complained. What a disgrace that people have enough time to bitch about something like that. The venue's statement below is so pathetic. So Chappelle was supposed to play this theater in Minneapolis, and a bunch of the fucking tranny people got together and they started sending emails to the venue saying, how could you have him? We're going to be outside and protest because he, promotes hate speech because he always makes fun of him in every comedy special he does. So at the last minute, the day of the show, they said, hey, we're sorry, we're canceling Dave Chappelle. We're going to, he's going to go play another theater, a mile down the road. So we're sorry. But meanwhile, all those people that work at that theater are out of work that night. The ushers, everybody, the fucking chick that works the ticket box, office window, all of that stuff, the security, the stagehands, all of them didn't get paid because they fucking panicked because some people on social media said we're going to protest outside. Who gives a fuck if they're outside protesting? And this venue panicked, and then they put this apology up. We're sorry, basically saying we really shouldn't have canceled it, but, everyone's allowed to free speech and all this shit, but we canceled it and we're sorry if you guys are pissed off at us. Yeah, we are. But just that they fucking caved in. And look, Dave Chappelle loves this. First of all, he didn't think he was going to get this much backlash from the fucking LBJQ2 TV SY community. He really didn't think so. because he's a black man in America. He's like, hey, I can make whatever jokes and people are going to like me and they're not going to do anything. So he keeps doing it every special. He makes transgender jokes and they go after him, but he does it for publicity. He put out 4 specials in 1 year. He's put out like 2 more. He's put out like 6 specials in the last 3 years on Netflix. He needs some publicity because Netflix just basically posts it and that's it. They don't really like promote it that much. You just see it when you go to Netflix. Oh, there's something new. So he's like, hey, if I make fun of him again, I'm going to get some news. You know, it's going to be out there and people are going to go, oh, he's got a new special. I got to go check it out. So I know what he's doing. It's all calculated. So he keeps making the jokes. So he gets the publicity and he doesn't think there's going to be any backlash. And meanwhile, there are. The people at Netflix were protesting, like 10 of them were saying, how could, you let this hate speech on our fucking platform? And, Netflix just told them to go fuck themselves. And now, he's getting at the theater. And at one time his movie, he was playing a martyr, his documentary. One theater said, we're not going to play it. So he played the whole martyr. Can you believe it? Well, I'm going to show it to my fans anyway. And went on a tour, But he didn't think that this was backlash was going to happen. He's like, hey, wait a minute. You see what color I am? And you're not supposed to say anything. He really didn't think it would get this far, and now it has, but then he also plays the martyr. Can you believe? Hey, I make transgender jokes on stage. I made them in my last special. I'm making them now. If they come after me and fucking, do something where I'm not going to, can you believe it? I understand. That could happen. You know what I mean? But he's playing it like, and he's going to love it. He's going to love the publicity. Hey, I'm a tortured artist. I'm an artist, and I'm allowed to, say what I want on stage. He loves it that they're actually doing it. Meanwhile, the gig didn't get canceled. Just got moved down the street, so he didn't lose any money or anything like that. For a guy that didn't want to be Hollywood at all and lived in a farm in Ohio and left Comedy Central years ago and said, fuck that, I don't want white executives telling me what's funny and they're laughing because I'm making race jokes. I don't want any part of how I'm going to live in a farm in Ohio and I want no part of that. There's nobody who wants to be more Hollywood than Dave Chappelle now. That's all he does is hang out with celebrities. He fucking just wants celebrities at his shows. He's bragging that he's the greatest comedian of all time. He's not. He is not. He's great, but he is not the greatest comedian of all time. And, he thinks he's cool by smoking a cigarette on stage. There was that the Bob Saget, they put a Bob Saget tribute show or something like that on Netflix. They were at the Comedy Store, a bunch of comics telling stories about him and shit like that. And they had footage from the funeral. And Dave Chappelle spoke at Bob Saget's funeral, which I'm sure they weren't that close, but of course, it's Hollywood and there's going to be paparazzi and they're going to take pictures. So Chappelle, of course, goes because hey, what's going on in Hollywood? Let me go. I'll pretend I was really good friends with him too. At his funeral, inside at the church or wherever they did it, he was smoking a cigarette as he was talking about Bob Saget. Inside at the altar, smoking a fucking cigarette. Because, he's cool if he's got a cigarette. Because remember, he used to be cool. That's why you started smoking. That's why I smoked when I was 12 years old. I wanted to be cool. I walk around with a fucking cigarette in my hand. And then about 23 years old, I go, this is stupid. And I stopped. Well, he does it because he's smoking a cigarette. Because I'm Dave Chappelle. I could do what I want. I could smoke a cigarette inside of a church or a temple, wherever the fuck it was, because I'm Dave Chappelle. So, yeah, he... Anyway, getting back to that theater, of course, they panicked, and most companies do. They panic and they realize, I probably shouldn't have done that. I think I overreacted. You're worrying about 20 or 30 people showing up outside and chanting with a couple of signs. Like, what are they going to do? They're not going to burn the fucking theater down. You know what I mean? And did they go to the theater a mile away down the road where he rescheduled the show? But that's just, what are you going to do? People are they're all a bunch of babies. And if you don't stand up for it, look, at least some of these companies know they're losing a lot of money and they go, the Netflix like, hey man, if you don't like the programming, they finally realized, and they're putting all these, all this shit up. Like, hey, listen, if you guys don't, they started losing all these subscribers as soon as they put it up fucking all this goofy fucking content and go, listen, if you don't like our content, if you work here, just leave then. Finally, because they, it's all about the money. As soon as they start losing money, they fucking panic and they go, "Shit, we got to do something." So that's what they did. And this theater just put on an apology, a statement, just groveling. We probably shouldn't have done that. Then why did you do it? Why did you do it? The theater held 1,500 people. 1,500 Chappelle fans were coming to the show. And you listened to 20 that were crying on social media. You don't even know if they were going to show up. Because I guess they didn't show up at the other theater where they rescheduled that a mile down the road. They could have just go, okay, well, the show's here. So nothing really bad happened. But once again, all those workers there didn't make any money that night. That's good. Fucking babies. Shane sent this in. He goes, "Hey, Jim, a neighborhood dress code. Really?" So this is, I guess, on the Nextdoor app or whatever. Someone writes, "Has anyone ever thought about the positive impact on property value that enforcing a neighborhood dress code might have? I'd feel more comfortable if I knew what to expect to see when I went out every day. I imagine that could make our values skyrocket over the next 12 to 19 months. Happy to get a Zoom call together for anyone interested in pursuing this with me. Let me hear from you." This person thinks that there's this dress code in a neighborhood that their property value is going to skyrocket over the next 12 to 19 months. Not 18 months, 19 months. So if someone's driving around going, "Hey, man, I'm thinking about moving around this area," and driving around the neighborhood just checking it out, thinking, they might want to buy a house. If they see a couple guys walking around dressed really nice, they're going to go, "This is the neighborhood for us. Hey, look at those two guys in the suit over there taking their daily walk. I want to move here. Wow, that woman's really dressed up to go fucking jogging. Look, she's in a beautiful outfit. This is the neighborhood for me." You imagine that? That if this woman's on Zoom, say, "Hey, listen, man, there's like 20 of us in the neighborhood. Please dress up when you're walking out. So watch the value of our fucking home skyrocket over the next year and a half. So whenever you're outside, if you go to get the mail, don't go out with your pajamas. Okay? Get dressed like you're going to a wedding, even if you're going to the mailbox, because some potential buyer could be driving by and see some fucking guy in his boxer shorts, just fucking woke up, his hair all over the place, and some old T-shirt, and they go, we can't move here. Look at that fucking guy. It's 8:30 in the morning. He's going to get his mail. Look at him. Look at how he's dressed. I don't want to live here. Yeah, I'm going to get on a Zoom call. I'll get on there, okay? Go fuck yourself. Okay, you get dressed up. Let's see. Why don't you just walk around outside and when you want to sell your house, right? Just get dressed up, walk around, go fucking water the lawn in a gown, and then maybe you'll sell your house for $50,000 more. You think anyone's going to go, "I really like this neighborhood. There's good school systems for my kids. This is where I want to live. There's easy access to everything." But look at the way people dress when they're outside here. I get it if you're in the hood and everyone's wearing their pants down to their fucking, their knees. You're like, I don't want, this ain't from fucking me. I get that. But other than that, are you really, I really like that house. It was perfect. The kitchen was already redone. All the fucking shit's, new. All the appliances. But I saw that neighbor out there with a wife beater shirt on, and it's like, yeah, it's just, we're going to find some other place. Which at what point are we going to have to change to wife beater? You're not allowed to say wife beater when someone's wearing a tank top? Because at some point they're going to go, "Listen, don't say wife beater. That's inappropriate." They might even be doing it right now. Because I don't know if you could notice, they go, "Hey, this guy I saw in the fucking store the other day, he was wearing a wife beater shirt, and he came up and said hi to me or whatever." And you go, "Yeah, don't say wife beater." Why? Because don't say that. That's wrong. Because if you say that, I saw the neighbor out cutting his lawn the other day. He was wearing a wife beater shirt. If I say that, that's going to make other people go, you know what? That's a good idea. Let me go fucking beat my wife. I didn't even think about it until you mentioned a wife beater. Now I'm going to go, hold on, let me go punch her in the face because I wasn't even thinking about it. But you brought up the wife beater, the fucking tank top he was wearing. I'm like, you're right. My wife deserves a beating. It's just like the disabled list in baseball. You know, they had to call it the injured list. They had to switch it. I know I talked about this before, but I saw it the other day. So it was always the disabled list if a player got hurt. So they went on like the 15-day disabled list. That means they couldn't play for 15 days, or maybe it was 10 or whatever, like, or 60 days, whatever it was. It's been there since like 1940. It was the disabled list. Now, a year and a half ago, the couple disabled people said, hey, that's not fair. That's, you know, we're offended by that, by saying the disabled list, because that means the players can't play, right? When they're disabled list, they're not allowed to come into the game. If they put Juan Soto on the disabled list 15 days, after 2 games, he can't, just 2 days, he can't come back and just get in the lineup and pinch hit. So they said, the disabled people said, listen, that's not fair. You're discriminating against us because that we're offended because even though we're disabled, we could still play sports, even though we're disabled. So we're offended by that. So baseball actually listened to them, and now they call it the injured list. So now the Juan Soto guy, yeah, he's on the 15-day injured list because they didn't want to mess with the disabled people. They were, you know, until the injured people go, hey, why are you saying I'm injured, but I could still fucking play? I could still play sports. When's that coming? Because injured people, whatever their injury is, could still play sports. So when they go, well, hey, we're offended, why are you saying the injured list? That means we could still play. So now disabled, and it's funny because I was saying like, so what happens when a cop calls in a car that's on the side of the highway and says, hey, to the dispatcher, hey, there's an injured car on the fucking highway marker 27. And the dispatcher's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's pulled the hamstring. It's got a concussion. What do you mean? No, it's on the side of the road. There's nobody in it. Oh, it's a disabled car. No, don't say disabled. That's offensive. Don't say disabled. It's an injured car I'm reporting. Is that what the conversation is going to be? Cut to, like, last night I was driving and I see if your car is disabled, pull it to the side of the road or something like that. It said basically, disabled cars, please pull to the shoulder. So wait, but I thought that you can't say disabled. When are the disabled people that got baseball changed that going to go, hey, you got to change that sign? Because your car broke down, that's not fair. You're saying disabled because I'm disabled. So at some point they're going to go, listen, you can't put that up there either. Are they going to put an injured car? If your car is injured, please move it to the shoulder, not to block traffic. As soon as you start doing this shit, you're in a whole fucking, now you're like, oh fuck man, now what am I going to do? Now I got to change it again. Now I'm worried about offending these people. Just say, hey, too fucking bad. Sorry. Oh, well. You think any of the disabled people that bitched about that are going to go, I'm not watching baseball anymore until they switch it to the injured list? You think any of that happened? I got 3 friends that will not watch baseball anymore because of all that bullshit. They're done. The fucking All-Star game was the lowest rated game ever in All-Star history. Me and my kid watched a home run derby. Some of the worst angles ever. You know, because it's Fox, so they got to fucking come up with some inventive new angle. So now they got the umpire. They got a camera on the umpire. So they're showing that angle of the pitch coming in. Meanwhile, the guy's hitting the home run. You can't see anything because it's coming from the fucking umpire's fucking body cam. Yeah, great. Thanks for that fucking angle. I appreciate it. They got a guy when he hits a home run running around the bases in the All-Star game, a camera guy just following him. So he's jogging with him. So that's the shot the whole time. Brutal. I was out of my fucking mind. Why does that bother me? I don't know. You wonder where my kid gets it from. But anyway, getting back to the point, if you're in your neighborhood, dress up so you're fucking, if you want to sell your house in 12 to 19 months, you're going to get more money. So be careful. Even if you just go, if you go into the gym and you're walking out on your fucking driveway, make sure you're wearing a nice outfit in case someone's coming by. Okay, or the other option is park your car in the garage, okay, and then if you want to wear a shitty outfit, you can walk right in your garage, open your garage door, and just pull away so nobody sees you, with your shitty outfit on. So just remember that. You want to go take a walk with your wife, get fucking dressed up, and watch the housing market in this neighborhood go through the roof. It'll be unexplained. Like the realtors like, wait a minute, why are they $100,000 or $50,000 more than the neighborhood next to them? It's the same kind of fucking houses, the same market. What's going on? Oh, if we dress up, let's get on a Zoom meeting. God, just fucking horrific. Joe sent this in. He goes, Jim, this mask-wearing guy had an issue with his steak. He's from Brooklyn, New York, so you already know what's coming. 1 star. My wife and I came here for our anniversary and had one of the worst dining experiences we've ever had. So he put the worst dining experiences we ever had in capital letters. One of the worst, but not the worst. I wish you would have listed the other ones. From the moment we sat down at our table, the waitress kept reminding us that we didn't need to wear a mask, as if we can't make our own decisions about our health. Then throughout our entire dinner, she had a bad attitude, pretending she couldn't hear us because of our masks. Of course, she couldn't hear you with the fucking mask on. I was just somewhere where the one behind the counter had a mask on. I don't know what you're saying. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. So this guy and his wife were sitting at the table. You know, the old rule was, remember, everyone made fun of it. You go in the restaurant, you have to wear your mask, but when you get to the table, then you could take it off. So once you get to the table, you're fine and you're not going to spread anything. It's just when you're walking. So these people wore the mask in, sat at the table, and were still ordering with their masks on. They still didn't even take them off when they sat down. And this is from fucking 2 weeks ago. So this isn't fucking May 2020. Still had their masks on. You think, yeah, she had a shitty attitude because she's busy. Okay, they're probably understaffed. She's running around like a maniac. Fucking half the people probably called out of work that day, so she's got all these extra tables, and you're still sitting there with your fucking dumb mask on. She's just telling you, hey, you don't have to wear a mask at the table in case you didn't know. She's just saying that. And then you're trying to order and talk to her with the fucking mask still on. And you wonder why she had a bad attitude. She's like, dude, take the fucking... What are you going to do when you eat? Are you going to take the mask off? I think so. He continues, on top of that, my steak was supposed to be medium rare, and I received it well done. I told the waitress to replace it for me. She took an hour, capital letters, to get me a new one. Did it? Was it an hour? So you sat there for an hour and waited for your steak? So your wife got her food, and you sat there for an hour. The guy that's worried about the coronavirus, he's wearing a mask at the table, he still won't take it off. You sat there for another hour? You sure that was an hour? He goes, now this one was way too rare and sent this one back too. I ended up just eating my salad and appetizers. Never again. The guy sent 2 steaks back. You think he's a fucking bitch? Maybe he kept that mask on because he doesn't want to be recognized as a fucking bitch. Just eat the fucking steak, okay? Just eat it. Okay, so he wanted medium rare and he got it well done. Then, an hour later, his was too rare. He wanted a medium rare, but his was too rare, and he sent that one back too. Medium rare, okay, if you're going to go medium rare and well done, I could see that being a big difference, which it probably wasn't. I'm sure they didn't. They know how to make the steak. He writes it down. The waitress fucking wrote it down. But medium rare to too rare, you're a fucking bitch if you're going to complain about that, okay? So you waited, 2 hours, so you just said, you sent 2 steaks back, you wore your mask, you wrote a 1-star review, you're never coming there again, you just ate your salad and appetizers, never again. Sounds like this guy's a fucking baby. Keep wearing your mask, keep wearing them when you're sitting down too. We had the worst. We came here for our anniversary. Imagine being married to this motherfucker. The women that listen to this podcast, maybe your husband's got some faults, maybe your boyfriend does, but imagine being married to this motherfucker. Just think about it. You have it good. Use comparisons because you need to. Yeah, my husband this, that, whatever. There's a couple little things I don't like what he does, but imagine being married to this fucking bitch. It's our anniversary. We're gonna wear our masks. We're gonna wear them until we get our food. Then we're gonna take them off. Then we're gonna put them back on real quick. Because if we put them back on real quick, that coronavirus that's hovering in the air is gonna know, hey, leave them alone. Look, they're being responsible. You see that they're actually wearing their masks at the table too and ordering with their masks on. So let's leave them alone. Because, usually what we want to do to coronavirus, we just hover and wait in a corner. And as soon as someone takes their mask off when they sit down to eat, we'll fucking get attacked. Send them the germs. Send them the virus. Watch what 2 days later, they're going to wake up sick. But these people like, hey, listen, we're going to leave them alone. We'll go to another table. You piece of shit, motherfucker. Crybaby, bitch. What do we got next? Matt sent this in. This made-up story got more than 134,000 likes. This woman posted, my friend sent a picture of her kid, and I looked at it and said, that's not a good picture. And Siri sent that back as a message. So I'll be moving to another planet where there is no technology. Yeah? I've used that fucking Siri thing a few times. I kind of know how it works. So your friend sent you a picture of her kid, and you looked at it and said, that's not a good picture. And somehow Siri picked that up and sent that back as a message. It doesn't work like that. Don't you go, hey, Siri, text fucking Evelyn and tell her that's not a good picture. Isn't that how it works when you send a text through that fucking thing, Siri? So her friend sent her, hey, my daughter just had her fucking 10th birthday. Here's a picture. I'm going to send you a picture. And then she gets a text on her phone. She goes, that's not a good picture. And then Siri knew to pick that up and send it back as a message. And 134,000 people like that. And they believe that. She said it so loud that Siri just picked it up and sent that back as a message. Huh. What friend sent you the picture? Why don't you identify who she is? You know that her actual friends, when this woman posted that, they're like, who sent you that? Oh my God, who sent you the picture? Which person was it? that send you the pic. It's just some woman I used to work with, a while ago. I'm still friends with her on Facebook. And, I don't know, she always sends me updates, pictures of her kids. You know that she was trying to oh, fuck, I'm going to get busted here. Her real friends, people I talk to all the time, were asking, which friend was that? And then she had a makeup site. It was just someone I used to hang out. She was on my kids' soccer team, and she was the coach, and I used to text her about the games, and liar. Fucking liar. But 134,000 people liked that and thought that was good. Chris sent this in. He goes, Jim, this 48-year-old man who apparently feels so important that he has to post his coronavirus update since he tested positive yesterday. I told him nobody, and I mean nobody fucking cares. I'm waiting to get blocked. Okay, even the president right now has the coronavirus. All right, anyone that gets it now, oh, really? Oh, shit, that's too bad. Is anyone panicking anymore? I mean, is anyone fucking freaking out over it? Old people are getting it, still surviving. What's Fauci had it. Nancy Pelosi with her big fat tits had it, that are 80. Biden's got it now. It's are people really panicking? People are oh, shit, that's too bad. And then, a few days later, yeah, I'm fine. How you doing? Yeah, I feel good. I'm 95%, but I'm still tested positive. That's exactly what everyone's doing. So this guy, now this is, last week or this week, wants to keep everyone posted on how he's feeling. And that's great that Chris just wrote nobody fucking cares. And that guy's what's this guy's problem? So his first post is, well, the virus finally caught up to me. I'll be isolating in the basement. What should I do all weekend? Kill yourself. Like my old friend Otto and George, the puppeteer. Kill yourself. He's looking for the sympathy, and then he just wants people to communicate with him. Hey, please comment in my comment section so it looks like I'm popular. I'm sick. He's, what is he? How old is he again? 48 years old. He's going to survive it. No problem. But I have the virus, feel bad for me. And also, what should I do all weekend? Hey, why don't you watch this series on Netflix? Hey, there's a great series on Hulu. Catch up on that. Hey, blah. So, dying for attention. So now, 16 hours later, he gives everybody an update because everyone's looking what's going on? What's going on with him? We haven't heard. 16 hours go by and we don't hear anything? Shit, is he okay? He writes, COVID report, Saturday morning. Woke up at 10:30 a.m., drank a Gatorade and popped 2 aspirin. Sat on the porch nibbling Quaker Oats Square cereal and trying to read the second book in the excellent Tide Child series until the intermittent shriek of table saws sent me back in. Oof. And then he put a picture of the fucking book he's reading, because Call of the Bone Chips, whatever the fuck that is, because he wants to let everyone know, hey, I'm educated. I'm not going to watch, some stupid series, Tiger King. I'm well educated. I drank a Gatorade. That's good. Drink 40 fucking grams of sugar. That's fucking 13 teaspoons of sugar in your Gatorade. That's good. That's good. That's good when you're sick. No bigger scam on the face of the earth than fucking Gatorade. You drink water, you can hydrate just as well, or you drink coconut water, which is 10 times better than you. 20 times less sugar in it. Or even fucking aloe juice. They fucking serve aloe drink. You could drink that and hydrate. The fucking Gatorade, that's the biggest scam ever. Fuck them. But he wants to let us know he woke up Saturday morning at 10:30 And he drank some Gatorade. He popped a couple aspirins. He was on the porch. He was eating a Quaker Oat Square cereal. Guy sounds like fun. I mean, he was nibbling on it, though. Like a fucking chipmunk. He was nibbling on his porch. And he's trying to read the second book. So I don't know, maybe he's saying he already read one because he's fucking smart. But then when he heard table saws going on, people doing construction Saturday morning, he went back inside. He really needed to put that in there because it wasn't like, how long did he stay outside for? Oh, so that's what sent him back inside. So now, 2 hours later, COVID report, Saturday afternoon. Watched a classic Western I've somehow never seen and then went for a 30-minute walk. Felt good to move around. And then he put the trailer in there for a show called The Professionals from 1966. He wants to let everyone know, hey, man, I somehow never seen, and then I went for, feels good to move around. Has he got any more updates? So in one day, he went from, hey, I got COVID, I got to go in my basement, to I'm on my porch, I'm eating fucking cereal, and then, 2 hours later, I'm taking a walk. Sounds like this guy's going to be fine. The only problem is he's a fucking asshole. He's an attention-seeking fucking baby. Give me some love. I'm sick. Could you feel bad for me? Your parents should feel bad for you when you're sick. Okay, you're not in the hospital. If the guy's on a fucking ventilator or he's in ICU, then you feel bad for the guy. Okay, he's 48 years old. He's healthy. He's going to be fine. But he wants to let everyone know, I'm going to keep you posted, because everyone was refreshing their pages going, man, you hear about fucking Bob? He's got, I don't know, he's posting his updates. Has he posted anything recently? Maybe we should text him. We haven't heard from him for 3 hours. He might be dead. I hope he is.